El Dorado, Ouachita Baptist University, and the Great American Conference.
The following is a special sports presentation from the EAB Sports Network.
It's time for Valley View Blazer football on FM News Talk 102.1. Presented by NEA Baptist, Barton's Home Outlet, Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Kavanaugh Auto Group, and First National Bank. Now, let's go to the NEA Baptist broadcast booth and join Randy Myers for the First National Bank pregame show.
Crosstown rivalries get renewed tonight in Southwest Jonesboro as the state's third-ranked Valley View Blazers welcome the Brookland Bearcats to Central Dealership Stadium for a 5A East Conference battle. Hello, everyone. I'm Randy Myers in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. We welcome you into Blazer football here on the EAB Sports Network. Tonight, Coach Sean Cockrell's red-hot Blazers attempt to get their sixth consecutive win of the season and their third straight in the series against Brookland. Valley View is 3-0 in conference play, and the Blazers have mercy ruled all three of their league opponents thus far, including last week's 35-3 victory at Wynn. The Blazers have outscored their three previous 5A East opponents by a combined score of 131-30. Their opponents from Brookland have struggled since league play began a month ago, and the Bearcats are so far winless in the 5A East with losses to Wynn, Nettleton, and Southside. The Bearcats were shut out by the Southerners 38-0 last week at Brookland. We are glad you're with us here for our First National Bank pregame show. As we said, I'm Randy Myers. I'll be joined a little bit later in the pregame conversation by color analyst Jason Smith. At the halftime tonight, during our Kavanaugh Group halftime report, we're going to visit with Valley View baseball and football standout Slade Caldwell. This morning, I had an opportunity to sit down with Sean Cockrell for our weekly pregame chat. We will share that conversation with you when we come back in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
When a clinic sends a referral for your specialty services, you have a choice. The decision of where you receive care is yours. You can choose the only facility in Eastern Arkansas to receive an A rating in patient safety by Leapfrog, delivering world-class care and an unmatched safety protocol. You have a choice in your healthcare provider. Choose NEA Baptist, where safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh,
all right, man,
every
new
and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get it checked. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
At First National Bank, our mortgage lending team knows what it takes to make a home and a superior home loan process. Simple, proven, and reliable service with competitive rates at a bank that already feels like home. Since 1889, that's been the First National Bank way, because for our people, this is home. Apply online at fnbank.net/mortgage. From our family to yours, welcome home. First National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. And now they have 2 locations, with JOSM on Main and the all-new JOSM on Matthews. Inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center with non-operative providers Dr. J.T. Fisher and the newest addition to the staff, Dr. Morgan Benefield. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
We welcome you back to our pregame coverage of Blazer football, brought to you by First National Bank. Randy Myers sitting down now with Valley View head coach Sean Cockrell as the Blazers get set to take on the Brookland Bearcats in 5A East Conference play. Before that, let's rewind a little bit to last week's big 35-3 victory for the Blazers at Wynn. Only your third victory ever against the Yellow Jackets, coach, and this one by far the largest margin of victory with a 32-point win. You had a shutout going until the final seconds of the game.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. I'm going to say that there has been very few times that win has been turbo clocked. I felt like we played great in all 3 phases of the game. Offensively struggled early in the first half. They made it really tough on us to try to run the ball, and they were grabbing receivers and being physical with our guys. But we figured it out in the second half and came on and just really proud of going down there and being able to get that win like we did.
It's interesting how this season has progressed because first 3 or 4 games it was the offense that was grabbing all the headlines, but as of late it's been defense and special teams play. And man, the defense was so dominant at Wynn. I mean, you shut them down. Only about 65 yards of total offense. I think I had them for maybe 3 first downs. You blocked a punt. 12 tackles for a loss. It was just, no other way to describe it other than dominant.
It was. Going into the week, Coach Wilbanks was kind of worried about what they did and how to stop it, and but they worked at it, and he had a great game plan. We executed it. Defensive coaches have done a great job all year, trying to work through the kinks after Harding Academy, and finding the right guys to play, and I think we've done that. We're going to get tested tonight, in the secondary and see how that goes. But I think our run defense is really playing well right now.
I think you're giving up only 10 points a game in conference play, if my math is correct.
Yeah, and you probably got to figure some of that is, in late in games,
right,
and against our subs, which is fine. And, it's not something we care about, a stat we worry about. But yeah, playing really well and shutting people out. And, you look back at like Paragould. What Paragould's been doing here lately, scoring 27, 30, on people and rushing for over 200-300 yards. And besides the one pass play they had, they probably only had about 50 yards. So doing really well, and I'm excited for those guys.
We talked about the dominant defensive performance. As I mentioned a moment ago, you had 12 TFLs, 6 of those coming from Jamarian Davis, who just played like he was insane the other night. By far the best game of his career in a Blazer uniform. 6 of those TFLs were credited to him. He also had a partially blocked punt. And I don't know if you know this or not, but I was watching the Wynn streaming replay, and on their postgame, Coach Toddy said in, I think, 30-plus years or so as a head coach, that's the first time that any of his teams have ever had a punt blocked in a game.
Yeah, I did hear that. One of our coaches, I guess, had seen it or heard it or whatever, and so that's awesome, and that's something we work on every week. We are trying to find an edge in any facet of the game that we can, and Coach Wilbanks always comes up with a punt block and a punt return each week. And Sarge, he had a hand in that as well, and had a great game. He's kind of our vocal leader, our leader on the sidelines, always has been, and I'm just so happy for him that he's starting to excel and get some recognition.
Also had some standouts on the offensive side. We would be remiss, obviously, once again, if we didn't mention T.J. Starks. 3 touchdowns on the night, 2 receptions, and the punt return, and he just continues to seemingly get a little bit better every week, Coach.
Yeah, he does, and we know that's who TJ is, and we're going to look to go to him. I think the great thing about our offense is that we've got a lot of weapons, obviously with Carson, and then now with Drew and Andrew coming back, and Gavin Tice and Zaki are guys that you don't think about a lot, but they're weapons and they're hard to handle, and then Feliz and Guthrie in the backfield. So I feel like TJ is excelling, obviously because of the player he is, but because of the guys we have helping on offense. You can't just double team him every play, and so, but that the catch he had where he went up over 2 of them, that just shows the athleticism. And I've told everybody, he's a Division I player. He may not be getting the offers that he should, but he is, and I think he's going to excel at the next level.
He seems to me, and I say this strictly from the outside looking in, but he seems to be one of those players that maybe is being hurt by the transfer portal, possibly.
Yeah, I think so. I think people aren't looking at high school kids anymore, right, or as much, and college coaches will tell you the same. The transfer portal is they're going to go get somebody that's played somewhere before, other than a high school kid, and have to take a chance on him. But he's got Ouachita offer, and if he ends up going there, great. A great program, sure, and great football. So good for him. But I think that there'll be more to come because I think people are going to watch his film from this year.
So looking ahead to tonight's game with Brookland, it's been an interesting series with the Bearcats. They certainly got your attention, I guess, 3 seasons ago with that 12-7 victory at their place. But since then, you have dominated them. I think they only scored 1 time on you since then.
Yeah, that was a kind of a an eye opener, I guess, if you will, and something to kind of look back, and even though these kids weren't really a part of that team or that season, you can still talk about it. And they had Wynn beat earlier this year. They had Nettleton down, so they're playing good football and they're competing every week. It doesn't show it in their record, But we're going to get their best game tonight, and and I told our kids that their coaches are saying they've got to win this game, and that if they can win this game, they've still got Paragould and Forest City left. They win those 2 games, and then maybe win that 4th game, they're probably in the playoffs. So they have nothing to lose tonight, and they're going to throw out everything at us.
You look at their offense, they've got some weapons. They've got a very good quarterback and then a couple of running backs that have posted some big numbers at times also.
Yeah, I mean, Elder can run. He's a smaller kid, but he can run. Sinquan Spratt, when they put him at running back, he's carrying the load quite a bit. And then the Stinnett kid, he usually starts, and he's more of a bruiser type guy. And then Cunningham at receiver. And then they can also split Spratt out, but we've kind of got to know where he is. He's their most electric player. But I think if we can get pressure on Elder, make him throw some stuff that he doesn't want to throw, I think we're going to be okay.
What about their defense?
Yeah, defense, they stay in their 3-4.
Historically or traditionally, they've been pretty physical as well.
They are. They usually are in the front 7. Last year, even though we beat them 42-6, we struggled to run the ball against them. And so we've been harping on that all week, that they're going to keep those guys in there. As soon as their backers see run, they're coming downhill in a hurry. So it's going to be a tough challenge for us tonight.
Got a very good nose guard in Peyton Grimes.
Yeah. They move him. They move him to nose. They move him to tackle. So he's going to probably find who they think is our weakest lineman, line him up there, and give us fits. And he is. He's an all-state guy. Really good kid. Really tough to handle. So it's going to be interesting to see. We've got some things for him. I think we've got a great game plan and trying to exploit what their weaknesses are. And if we execute it, I think we'll be great.
I know you've had some unhealthy folks the last 3 weeks. I understand you may possibly be getting Andrew Jones back tonight.
Yeah, Andrew practiced Wednesday, was his first practice in, I guess, 3 to 4 weeks now. And so he said he felt great, looked great. We're going to pat him up on that hip. And Ricky Moffitt will be back. He's been out for 2 weeks. He'll be back tonight as well. So we feel like we're full strength. We still have Lance Cooper's out with a shoulder injury, collarbone, and Lawson Pruitt is a backup defensive lineman. He's out with mono. But everybody else, Avery got to play some last week. He had a good week of practice. So he's probably the first one coming off the bench on the offensive line. So feel really good about where we are as far as injury-wise.
Coach, appreciate the visit as always. Good luck tonight against the Bearcats.
Thank you, Randy. I appreciate it.
That's Coach Sean Cockrell. I'm Randy Myers. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout and back with more of our First National Bank pregame coverage of Blazer football after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
Pico Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383. Go outside and play with Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. Jonesboro Cycle is your go-to for all your power sports needs, whether it be off-road, on-road, or on the wall. Check out their inventory of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dirt bikes, cruisers, go-karts, scooters, personal watercrafts, boats, and even boat motors. Jonesboro Cycle is a 185,000 square foot motorsports mecca featuring all the name brands under one roof. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV on U.S. Highway 63 North in Bono and JonesboroCycle.com.
Need top-notch farming and lawn gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brookland. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brookland. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
Randy Myers under the headset as we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium on the Valley View School campus in Southwest Jonesboro, where two teams that are trending in opposite directions are about to clash in a 5A East Conference game. Brookland has lost 3 straight, all in conference play. The Bearcats have not tasted victory in over a month since a September 8th 20-8 win over Pocahontas. Since then, they've lost league games to Wynn, Nettleton, and Southside. Meanwhile, Valley View has won 5 straight games in which their average margin of victory has been 27.2 points. The Blazers are averaging 41 points per game on the season and 44 points per game in 5A East Conference action. And it's not just the offense that's lighting up the scoreboard for this Blazer football team. In the past 2 games, the Blazer defense and special teams units have accounted for 5 touchdowns themselves. You're listening to First National Bank's pregame coverage of Blazer football on KBTM. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. Back to check your starters for Valley View and Brookland after this on the EAB Sports Network.
This is John Moore of Arkansas Superstore on Highway 49 in Brookland, here to tell you that we're flipping the script on car buying. Don't stand for bait and switch tactics. That's holding. We believe in transparency and trust. You deserve the car you want with a payment much lower than your rent. Arkansas Superstore is here to make sense of it all for you. Come over and find your dream ride. You're approved. When the banks say no, I say yes. Visit us today at 11580 Highway 49 North in Brookland or online at arkansassuperstore.com.
Hey dude, you won't believe it. We sold our house and we made a fortune.
No way! How'd you find out it was worth that much?
We used this awesome website, arhomevalue.com. It was a game changer. It's brought to you by Dustin White Realty. They know their stuff. Plus, arhomevalue.com is quick and easy to use.
Don't miss out on getting top dollar for your home. Go to arhomevalue.com today. Brought to you by Dustin White Realty. Top dollar for your home sale is just a click away. arhomevalue.com.
You raised your family here. Did every July 4th here. Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here. Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
It's a mix and match special now at all Northeast Arkansas Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any 2 for $6.99 each for carry out or delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, loaded tots, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any 2 for only $6.99 each for carry out or delivery. Only at your Northeast Arkansas area Domino's Pizza locations.
It's our national anthem as performed by the Blazer Marching Band here at Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset as we welcome you back to our pregame coverage of Blazer football, brought to you by First National Bank. Still a little over 11 minutes away from kickoff here in Southwest Jonesboro as we check our starting lineups for tonight's 5A East battle between the Blazers and the Bearcats in this crosstown battle. And tonight we're going to mix it up a little bit, and thought we'd introduce the Valley View defensive starters since those guys have been playing so well as of late. The ends are Dedrick Bournes, a 6'2", 209-pound senior. He wears number 66 if you're following along on our video stream. The other end is Noah Wendell, a 6'1", 217-pound sophomore, wears number 25. The nose is Jamarian Davis. Now, he'll start at nose, but they'll move him around. You'll see him coming off the edge occasionally, and Jamarian has been playing lights-out football as of late. He's a 5'10", 186-pound senior, had 6 TFLs in the block punt last week against Wynn. The other inside tackle is Jude Rapert. He's a 6'1", 226-pound senior who wears number 35. The linebackers are Brian Huff. The Mizzou commit is a 6'3", 227-pound senior, wears number 11. The other linebackers are Nick Gamble, a 6', 203-pound junior who wears number 24. Dax Webb, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. He wears number 22, and he'll be playing against his former teammates from Brookland tonight, as will Jade Raper, who was at Brookland last year before transferring back to Valley View. And the other linebacker is Jade Taylor, a 6'2", 180-pound junior who wears number 31. Jade has blocked punts had blocked punts in back-to-back games earlier in the season against Paragould and Forest City. And the secondary, the corners are Ryland Ramsey, 5'10", 131-pound sophomore who wears number 27. He leads the team in interceptions with 3 picks. The other corner is Kenneth Robinson, a 5'7", 141-pound senior, wears number 0. Probably the fastest player on this Blazer team. He's got 1 interception as well as 1 return of a punt, partially blocked punt for a touchdown. And the safety is Laird Cullum. He is a 6'2", 164-pound junior that wears jersey number 5. Brookland's offense will be led by a sophomore quarterback, Hayden Elder, a 5'9", 150-pound junior. His running backs are Malachi Stinnett. He is a 5'10", 200-pound senior, and Sinquan Spratt, who they'll also occasionally move out as a receiver. Spratt is a 6', 175-pound senior. He might be the best athlete on their offense. The wide receivers are Gabe Carter, a 5'8", 165-pound sophomore. He wears number 15. Also lining up at wide receiver will be Barrett Cunningham, who wears number 18. He's a 5'10", 150-pound senior. Cade Chambers is a wide receiver, wears number 3. He's 5'5", and 115-pound sophomore. The tight end is Caden Webby, a 5'10", 175-pound senior. The left tackle is Caden Lopez, a 6'4", 285-pound junior. The left guard is Easton Cunningham, a 6', 200-pound sophomore. The center is Peyton Grimes, a 6'2", 250-pound senior. The right guard is Sam Walton, a 6', 175-pound junior. And the right tackle is Austin Jones, a 6'4", 300-pound senior. There's a look at your offensive starters for Brookland and your defensive starters for Valley View for tonight's game. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. Back with more pregame information from Central Dealership Stadium after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Quarterback, guard, running back. Every position has a role in building success.
I don't know if you've noticed it or not.
If you want a position where you can build success in your own career, Lexicon is hiring welders, millwrights, and many more positions. We offer free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University, so you can learn while you earn the career,
female referee and a female kicker on the Brookland team.
Paid vacation, a sweet 401k plan, and more. Find out more.
So I guess it's appropriate that this is pink out night.
/football.
You know your child's heart, and at Arkansas Children's Heart Institute, we know how to care for it. Ranked again by U.S. News and World Report, our cardiology program continues to champion patients and produce exceptional outcomes for families. At Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic, we give your child the care they need close to home, whether it's a heart murmur or a congenital heart disease lesion. Our pediatric cardiology experts offer exceptional care. Visit archildren.org/NEA to learn more today.
Mom, I can't get my homework to upload.
Dad, my video game is froze again.
Babe, is our internet down again? I'm missing the big game.
Honey, I'm trying to make this online payment, but it just keeps buffering.
Get your life up to speed with high-speed internet from Empower Broadband.
We're about to bring you in.
Brings high-speed internet to even the most remote areas of Northeast Arkansas. With Empower Broadband, you can stream your favorite movies, video chat with loved ones, work from home without interruptions, and so much more. Empower Broadband. Life up to speed. For more info, visit empowerbroadband.com.
Valley View High School Athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
We're back at Central Dealership Stadium on the Valley View High School campus. Now about 6 minutes, or a little under 6 minutes away from kickoff. For Valley View and Brookland in 5A East Conference play, I'm Randy Myers. Pleased to welcome Coach Jason Smith into the conversation now. And Coach, people across the state are taking notice of the high level of play that this Blazer team has been operating at as of late. The staff at Houghton's Arkansas football now has Valley View ranked number 3 in the state in their 5A rankings. That's the highest that the Blazers have been ranked by Houghton since joining 5A back in 2014.
Yeah, and
if you talk to Coach Cockrell, he's not going to care a whole lot about rankings, in October for sure. But, what it's done is it's just shown the level of excellence that this program has really risen to in the recent years. And when people talk about 5A football in the state of Arkansas now, they're mentioning the Valley View Blazers in that conversation.
No doubt about that. Valley View leads this series 4-1. This will be the 6th meeting of the Blazers and the Bearcats. The series dates back to 2012 when Valley View won 52-8. Brookland joined the 5A East Conference in 2019. That was also the first and thus far only time that the Bearcats have beaten Valley View, as they won 12-7 at Jordan Stadium in that season. And the 2 conference games that have transpired since then, the Blazers have been beaten down Brookland by a combined score of 70-7. Valley View checks into this game tonight with an overall record of 5-1. The Blazers are 3-0 in 5A East Conference play. Brookland is 2-4 overall and 0-3 in league play. Sean Cockrell and Mark Hinesley are the respective head coaches for tonight's contest. Sean is in his 10th season here at Valley View. He has an overall win-loss record of 59 victories and 43 defeats, with 3 conference championship titles to his credit. Mark Hinesley, the former Newport coach, is in his 2nd year at Brookland, where he is currently 5-9. As we mentioned earlier, Valley View ranked as high as 3rd in the Class 5A rankings by Hootens.com. They have Brookland at number 26 this week in their 5A rankings. Officials for tonight's game. We have an interesting story that comes with this. We'll name the officials and then get to that story here momentarily. The referee is Tony Bohannon. The side judge is Bradley Bohannon. The line judge is Virgil McNeil. The umpire is Steve Reed. The line judge is Tedis Ingram. And the field judge is Danielle McNeil. And yes, I did say Danielle, not Daniel. We got a lady field judge, and it's interesting that it's pink out night here at Central Dealership Stadium, Coach, because not only do we have a lady in our referee, our officiating crew, Brookland's also got a girl kicker on their team.
Yeah, she's a heck of an athlete, really good.
All-state soccer player, I understand.
Really, really good soccer player, and holds her own on the football field, and it's pretty cool to see. And I know that there's a lot of female officials in NFL and in college, but this is the first high school female official I believe I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it is. Me too. I mean, like I said, I've seen a few calling basketball, but I've been broadcasting high school football since the mid '80s, and I'm not going to say with absolute certainty that she's the first one that I've ever seen, but I don't remember any previously. If they were, they flew under my radar, I guess. But a little over 2 minutes away from kickoff now, so we've got time for one more timeout. We'll go ahead and step aside, make this a 90-second timeout just to make sure that we don't miss the kickoff, and we'll return in 90 seconds with Blazer football on the EAB Sports Network. Well, apparently we're having some issues, so let's just bring it back here. As we are about a minute and a half or so away now, approximately, from kickoff here at Central Dealership Stadium. Valley View and Brookland set to tangle in 5A East Conference play. Of course, the Blazers coming off a 35-3 victory last week at Wynn, and Coach, to say that the Blazers were dominant against the Yellow Jackets would be an understatement.
Oh my goodness, yes. I was able to watch the game, and as always, y'all did an awesome job. But and Wynn, I thought that Coach Toddy and the Yellow Jackets, they did some things to bother Valley View early, but all that did was slow the attack down, because it was evident early on who the better team was, and I really believe that 35-3 isn't necessarily indicative. I think that actually the game was played worse than that.
Yeah. Valley View was definitely the dominant team, and it's not very, as Sean Cockrell pointed out in our pregame visit, it's not very often that Wynn gets turbo clock, so that in itself is a pretty special achievement for this team.
Yeah, and for sure. And
as I say that, I understand that this is not your typical win team. They've had a lot to deal with in the past year.
Right.
So,
it's not, but at the same time, I don't know really necessarily how to say it, but it seems like that the tables have turned a little bit, and the tradition-rich programs of Wynn and Batesville and some of those guys. Hey, the Valley Views and Nettletons, in the last 15 years or so, they're toe-to-toe with those teams, and it seems like that Valley View, Nettleton are kind of trending maybe above the Batesvilles and Wynns right now.
I agree with that 100%. In fact, we talked about that a little bit in our pregame conversation last week at Wynn. So we're just about set to get this one kicked and underway, and Valley View is going to get the ball to start this game as TJ Starks and Drew Gartman are back deep to return for Valley View. Gartman will stand on the near hash, the left hash, at about the 20-yard line. They're anticipating a short kick, possibly an onside kick. And now this kicker for Brookland has an interesting – he was onside kick practicing earlier in the evening, and he's got a very unique style. He puts backspin on the ball, and I could see where his onside kicks, if he opts to go that route, could be a little tricky to handle. Dot Aloha is the person who will handle the kickoff duties for Brookland.
And, you see this a lot. The call is going to come from the sidelines, and, these guys, they practice onsides every day.
It is an onside kick, but we have a whistle and a flag right away. They may have been offsides.
Yeah, that's what it looks to be, like a false start or whether they back them up. But these are practices that I think they were made famous by Kevin Kelly and Pulaski Academy, a decade ago or so. But, they get kickers when they're 7th, 8th, 9th grade, and they're just practicing all the different onside kicks.
Well, like I said, we were watching him warm up, and I've never seen anybody kick the ball quite like he does. We'll see what he does here now that they've had to back up off the penalty. This time it'll be an angled pooch kick. It'll be gathered in about the 38-yard line. I believe that's Gavin Tyson on the return. He'll have good field position for Valley View up at about the 46 or the 47-yard line of the Blazers.
On the return.
Yeah, good field position to start the night. Gavin, right there, he had to go backwards a little bit, and you really, on a kickoff, you don't want to have to go over your shoulder when there's guys behind you. Drew Garden was there waiting, but Gavin's very sure-handed, made the catch, and then got positive yards, and Blazer offense has a short field.
So Carson Turley will send two wide receivers to the right. Drew Gartman is split lonesome left to the near side. Turley is the quarterback with Anthony Feliz, the running back, on his left hip. It's first snap of the ball game here at the 47-yard line of Valley View. Turley out of the gun, gives it off to Feliz. Feliz running right, trying to get to the outside. Now he finds a little room and crosses midfield into Bearcat territory and advances it up to about the 45-yard line on a nice first down run.
Absolutely, and what I noticed on that play, other than Felice just running hard and just keeping those legs churning, was Carson carrying out his fake is just gotten better and better and better, and just a thing of beauty for a high school kid.
2nd and 2 for the Blazers. Turley throws it out left side for Tice. He's got the first down as he stumbles and gets tripped up at the 40, but that'll move the chains for Valley View.
Yeah, we just talked about Gavin sure-handed, and that was a wide ball. It was a little out in front of him, but he gathered it in and got the first down.
Spot the ball at the 41. Blazers will go tempo. Feliz motions right. He'll get it on the jet sweep, running right. Finds a hole to dart through. He's close to first down yardage. Looks like they're going to stop him about a yard shy of the marker. And, boy, I mean, he just ran into a stone wall right there by one of the Brookland defenders.
Yeah, sure did. That Brookland looked like the edge end there. He stood his ground and made a nice tackle, stopped him short, but a good 8-yard gain for the Blazers.
Ball will be at the Brookland 33. One receiver to the left, two to the right for Valley View. Turley out of the gun, looking to throw. Fires complete to Gartman. Gartman slips the tackle, and he's off to the races. He's at the 10, at the 5, and the Blazers are on the board. Less than 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, just carved them up. Beautiful pitch and catch right there from Turley to Gartman. Again, just the evolution of Carson Turley. I mean, he threw it to a spot. Drew was still running his route when Carson turned the ball loose. Hit exactly the spot he was trying, and then Drew is just so elusively fast once he gets into space. It wasn't even close.
Brody Dix is on for the extra point kick. Out of the hold of Caden Trevathan. 10:42 to play in the opening frame. The kick is in the air, and it is Right down the middle, the Blazers take an early 7-0 lead here with 10:42 to play in the opening period. We'll step aside for 30 seconds with Blazer football on the EAB Sports Network.
Started with our grandfather and continues in its 4th generation today. Glen Saint's history of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my dad to us, service after the sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
You're listening to the Valley View Blazers on FM News Talk 102.1 and KBTM AM 1230 Jonesboro.
And we're back at Central Dealership Stadium. The Blazers very efficient on their first possession, covering 53 yards in only 4 plays, capped off by the 33-yard touchdown pass from Carson Turley to Drew Bob Gartman. Brody Dix knocked in the extra point kick, and the Blazers are off to a fast start at 7-0.
Yeah, just positive yards after positive yards, just to really, I don't think that they could have drawn up their first offensive possession any better.
Here's the Brody Dix kickoff from the 40 line. It's a line drive kick that will go into the end zone for the touchback, and Brookland will start from their own 20.
Yeah, and, you know, we've talked about it throughout the weeks as this season has evolved, and you know, I think there's a lot of question marks with special teams coming into the year. And then the first couple of weeks, they were, you know, they kind of reared their ugly head, but I'm telling you,
it's turned into a strength.
It is a strength for this team. This is the best special teams unit as far as just punt return, punt, kickoff return, and kickoff that I've ever seen from Valley View. And that's saying something because they've had some really good ones.
No question. 2 receivers to the right. Hayden Elder out of the shotgun formation with 1 wide to the left. He's going to roll right on play action. Fires downfield. That ball is incomplete. And I believe that was Ricky Moffitt in defensive coverage there for the Blazers.
Brings up 2nd down 10.
Yeah, it looked like Moffitt's out there. You know, he was out there on the first play. You know, I know he's been banged up, but good athlete.
Yeah.
And, you know, just getting better and better.
So it's 2nd and 10 for Brookland from the 20. They'll send 2 receivers to the left. Connor Marshall split wide to the near side for the Bearcats. Quarterback Hayden Elder out of the shotgun. Looking to run, trying to elude defenders, and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Probably going to be no gain or a loss of about a half yard.
Yeah, and shout out to Hayden Elder right there because he made the first man miss, which was, I believe, Sarge. Made the second man miss, which was Huff. And then finally that third man was able to get him. And all of that was for no gain, but Hayden Elder just trying to keep that play alive.
So it's 3rd and 10 for the Bearcats from the 20. 10-10 to play in the first period. Blazers lead it 7-0. They'll send trips set receivers to the left, 1 wide to the near side. Trying to draw the Blazers offside with an apparent hard snap count. Blazers staying at home. Elder rolling near side, throws that one away as it goes out of bounds as he saw the pressure coming and realized he better get rid of that thing.
He did. He hit number 81 in stride there for completion. Problem was 81's on the sideline for Valley View, but a tremendous backside pressure there from Brian Huff. And if you're seeing Huff come at you pretty quick with a full head of steam, I'd want to get rid of it pretty quick too.
Absolutely, yeah. Sam Jones will not get credit for that catch. Sorry, Sam. T.J. Starks is back to receive the punt.
T.J. Starks back deep
by Felipe Lozano. TJ will be standing on the left hash at his own 49-yard line. Here comes the pressure. They get the punt away. It's a knuckleball kick that's going to go out of bounds. Shy of the 40-yard line, I believe. So Valley View again is going to start in very good field position here.
Yeah, this goes. They're going all the way up to right at the 35.
Right.
And again, you know, I mean, so if you're Brookland's punter and you know that T.J. Starks, a Division I athlete, who knows if he's going to play Division I football or not, but a Division I top athlete is back there just standing, waiting. And you know that Valley View has blocked numerous kicks.
They blocked at least 1 kick in their last 3 games.
Yeah, and so, I mean, what do? You just hope that it's a great snap, and you got to get rid of that thing quick.
Trip set receivers to the left, twins to the right. Empty backfield for Carson Turley. On first down from the Brookland 35. Turley is going to keep it. Darts up the middle. He's got some room. A hole to jump through. Now he breaks to the outside and finally gets tracked down at about the 20-yard line. So a pickup of about 15 yards, but there's laundry on the field. This may be coming back.
Yeah, I believe that they got a hold on the inside there. Looked like maybe might have been a guard, one of our guards, just kind of got stood up, and he got caught on an island there. And you could call holding on every single play in high school football, any level of football. Sure. But if you're kind of standing one-on-one with a guy, it makes an easy call.
First penalty of the game against Valley View will move it back 10 yards to the 45-yard line.
First down, 20.
9:31 to play first period. Valley View leading 7-0. Turley will send 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Feliz is his running back on his left hip. Out of the gun. Turley rolling right, looking downfield, and that ball is picked off by Brookland. Returned to the near side of the field, and finally knocked out of bounds was Connor Marshall. Only the second interception of the year for Carson Turley.
Yeah, and Carson wished he had that thing on a string that he could pull back, because what he was doing is no one was open. Brookland had great coverage downfield. They had good pursuit on Carson, so he was trying to get somebody to break off a route and get into that soft spot there. And, he was wanting somebody to turn right. They turned left, and he turned it loose, and really nice play by Marshall there to pick that off.
So the Bearcats will have it at their own 41-yard line with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback Hayden Elder out of the gun. Running back is on his left hip. He'll give it to the back, and he'll fight forward for about a yard, and that will be it, as Dedrick Bournes was there to put the brakes on Gabe Carter.
Bournes and Dax Webb, but, Carter right there, he tried to leave his feet in. Normally in traffic, leaving your feet in football is not the best idea.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 9 for the Bearcats from their own 42. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Elder rolling left, fires downfield. That ball is caught for near first down yards. I believe it'll move the chains for him. It's going to be right at it on the Blazers side of the 50. Yep. Dax Webb with the coverage for Valley View, and I believe that catch was made by Walker Spears.
And I think that was just, not going to say luck, because he stood and he threw a strike, but I think that he was trying to hit the underneath receiver there, and it sailed on him a little bit, and just the guy was in the right place, right time for the catch.
Spears did make a nice catch in traffic, and it does move the chains for Brookland. First down from the Blazer 48 with 8:17 to play in the opening frame. H-back will drift in motion. They'll give it off to the running back straight up the middle, and good surge by their offensive line. They'll move it forward to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and if you look, that Brookland sideline, they're feeling confident. They've got a little juice going right now. Quick turnover, and Brookland's got a good drive going here.
Ball will be at the Blazer 41-yard line. 2nd and 3 for the Bearcats with 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Again, it's a running play with Spratt, I believe, and he has a first down at the Blazer 36-yard line.
Yes, he
does.
does.
And that was Webb on the carry.
Yeah, and right now that left side of that offensive line for Brookland really doing a nice job of moving some bodies. There's running backs are hitting the hole hard, but that left side of that offensive line is playing really well right now.
7.5 minutes remaining first period. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right for the Bearcats. Again, it's a running play as they hand it off and pick up 1, possibly 2.
Yep.
On the carry by Caden Webb.
One thing that Brookland's doing on this drive, I didn't see in the first drive, they're using that H-back, and they're using a technique called split flow, and really that H-back is going to tell you where the ball goes. The problem is that you've got to step up and make the play, because there's going to be 2 big bodies plus an H-back coming through, and right now Brookland is moving the football well on the ground.
2nd and 8 from the Valley View 34. Trip receivers to the right, 1 single receiver to the left. Elder back to throw. Throws it out left side. That'll go high and out of bounds on the incomplete pass. Because again, that ball just kind of sailed on him.
Yeah.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
So it sets up 3rd and 8 for the Bearcats. Again, the ball at the Valley View 34-yard line on the left hash. Bearcats moving from left to right toward the south end zone. 3 receivers right. Another motion out right. They'll throw it to him out of the backfield, and that is advanced forward to about the 27-yard line.
But another nice play there, and it's going to set up a situation where I figured that they're going to go. But another nice play call. Just swung them out and had a linebacker on that running back, and running back was able to get ahead of steam and get near the first down.
Ball at the Blazer 27. They'll face 4th and a little over a yard needed here off the right hash. They'll go with a power set, their version of the jumbo package. Quarterback's going to keep it, runs across the middle. He's got the first down. He's inside the 20 and bowls his way forward. As Webb took a direct snap there, and he's got it all the way down to about the 17-yard line of Valley View.
Yeah. I mean, it's Valley View had a dose of their own medicine there with just a jumbo set that Webb, was able to catch it. They had a lot of blockers there at that point of attack, and nice first down play for the Bearcats.
First down from the Valley View 17-yard line on the right hash. Brookland began this drive at their own 41-yard line. Again, it's a direct snap to Webb, I believe, and he gets it down to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that time the Blazers loaded the box a little bit better, and it'll be a little more tough sledding here with this set. This defense, when they go 1 versus 1, so they know what's coming out of the jumbo set.
2nd and 8 from the 15-yard line. This will be the 10th play of the drive coming up unofficially. A little over 5 minutes remaining in the first period. Valley View leading 7-0. Bearcats are in the red zone. Again, Webb is the deep back. Set up for another direct snap. He gets it. Runs left side, finds a little hole to jump through, and gets caught at about the 10-yard line, it appears.
Webb on the keeper, brought down at
another nice play on the ground there, but that left side of that offensive line, I'm telling you, they're doing a really, really nice job. And look for Coach Wilbanks and the defensive staff to make some adjustments for Valley View soon.
3rd and about 2 here for just a little over 2 yards needed from the 10-yard line for Brookland. Ball is between the hashes. Again, they'll stay with a power set. Caden Webb is the deep back. He's been taking direct snaps. He's in position for another one, and he gets it. He'll run left side and close to first down yardage. He may have it all, depend on the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Webb on the keeper.
I think either way here, if you're Brookland, you're going for it if it's 4th down, especially the way that they're moving the ball.
It is a first down, apparently. So 1st and goal now for Brookland from the Blazer 8-yard line. 4:27 to play in the first period. Brookland trying to tie this thing up. They're going to stay with the same package, it looks like. I think that is it. Was that a different back end, I believe? I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a run over the left side.
That's Mays.
Garrett Mays. Yeah, Gabe Carter.
Gabe Carter, sorry.
Yeah. Carter on the keeper off the direct snap. He gets it to the 6. So now it's 2nd and goal from there with just over 4 minutes remaining first period. If nothing else, they've eaten up a bunch of first quarter clock.
They really had fast-moving quarter, and they found something here with this big set.
Webb is back in to take the direct snap. He'll get it, runs right, and gets it down to about the 5, possibly the 4. It will be 3rd and goal for Brookland.
And Coach Hinsley has done a really good job of kind of catching Valley View on their heels a little bit here, but perfectly content on burning almost all of this first quarter. Big 3rd down here, but I think it's 4 down territory for Brookland.
I agree. Webb remains in as the deep back for the direct snap. He gets it, runs across the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for maybe a yard depending on the spot. But well shy of the end zone.
Brings up 4th down, goal.
And now it's 4th and goal from the 4 for Brookland. So a huge 4th down play coming up here for
big one here. It looks like they're going to go back to their normal. Well, no, it looks like they're going to kick the football, or at least line up to. Kind of surprised, but what this does, it shows the Brookland football team that Coach Hinsley feels that they're going to be in it for the whole game and not just the first quarter.
Dodaloa on to attempt the short field goal out of the hold of Caden Chambers. The kick is up, and it is in there just across the crossbar with 2:27 to play. Brookland's on the board off the short field goal. It's 7-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Across Arkansas, Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville join you in cheering on our favorite teams. We applaud the extra effort from neighbors like you that make our local schools and activities an integral part of our community. Working as a team to help you reach your goals is a perfect game plan for success. The Farmers and Merchants Bank and the Bank of Fayetteville. Finally, a bank in your corner. MeBanking.com, member FDIC.
Back here at Central Dealership Stadium, it's a 7-3 ball game after Brookland covers 55 yards in 15 plays unofficially. The drive was capped off by a 21-yard Dot Aloha field goal to make it 7-3 with 2:27 remaining in the first period. The Bearcats able to turn that turnover into points on the board after the Carson Turley interception earlier.
Yeah, they were. And the most impressive thing to me was just a 15-play drive. You know, you don't see a whole lot of 15-play drives in high school football.
Sure don't. So Valley View set to receive the Brookland kickoff from the 40-yard line. And deep men are Starks standing at the 22 on the right hash, Gartman on the 20 on the left hash. And it's an onside kick that is a scramble for it near midfield. Brookland says they've got it, and I believe they do.
The question is, I guess it went right at 10 yards.
Yeah.
You know, and again, you know, when you practice onside kicks and all the different variations, caught Valley View sleeping a little bit there, even with their hands team. But Valley View kind of waited for it to get 10 yards instead of going up and getting the football. But just a beautiful, beautiful onside kick there by the Bearcats.
Yep, executed very well. And I'll tell you what, Brookland's got all the momentum right now.
They really do.
Bearcats will have it at midfield on the right hash at the 50-yard line, as their offense returns to the field after a short breather for the kickoff, and right back at it. They'll send two receivers left. Marshall to the right. H-back will drift in motion, and we've got a timeout taken by Valley View. And boy, Sean Cockrell is very upset right now.
Yeah, and I tell you what happened there is that the defense was over, you know, with modern technology. The Blazers have this video board over here, and that's what the offensive line looks at a whole lot. The defense was over there trying to make some adjustments. Well, it was such a quick change that the Valley View defense was still watching the film when the kickoff happened, and Brookland, you know, was able to recover. Well, so as the defense hurriedly gets out of the bleachers over here, or the benches, and goes onto the field, I think we were a man short. I think that we only had 10 guys on the field right there, and you know, when Brookland is running the football as effectively as they are, then you don't want to have just 10 out there.
Yeah, absolutely not. So the Bearcats will again have it first down at the 50-yard line after the first time out of the game taken by Valley View. And they'll send two receivers left, Connor Marshall to the right. Hayden Elder, the sophomore quarterback. Webb is the power running back. And throw it out right side for Marshall. And Marshall able to slip the tackle, cuts to the inside, caught from behind inside the 25-yard line, and Brookland with a first down just shy of the Valley View red zone.
Yeah, and you know, just a nice little pass there. All you had to do was make one man miss. And I'll tell you what, Connor Marshall's a good-looking football player. He runs with power, good hands, good athlete.
Bearcats will have it at the 22 with a first down. 2:11 to play here in the first period. Valley View leads 7-3. Twin receivers left, Marshall off to the right. Give it off to Webb, the fullback, and he runs forward, got maybe a yard, if that, before he was stonewalled. Looks like that may go down as no gain.
No gain on the play, brings up second down.
So it's 2nd and 10 for Brookland.
Yeah.
The traditional runs haven't been near as effective for Brookland, obviously, as they did with the jumbo. But at the same time, they are right now very much in control of this football game.
Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Elder rolling, looking, fires downfield, incomplete as the ball went right through the outstretched arms of the intended target, but it falls harmlessly to the ground.
Complete. Brings up third down.
Yeah, the receiver wasn't quite finished with his route yet. The ball got on him pretty quick, and just, you know, there was a drop there. But big third down and 10, and Brookland, you know, knocking on the door again. We'll see what this air attack looks like for the Bearcats here.
3rd and 10 from the Blazer 22. 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Elder's back to throw. Here comes pressure. He gets a block, fires right side. That'll be incomplete. as it was well short of the intended target. Blazers had good coverage back there, I believe, with Moffitt or Ramsey.
Yeah, there's Ramsey back there.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to go here on 4th and 10. Expect some kind of trickeration here.
So it'll be 4th and 10 for Brookland from the Blazer 22. Let's see what Hayden Elder and the Bearcat offense dials up here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Connor Marshall. Elder takes it, rolling left. Here comes pressure. Huff is all after him, and he's got him for a loss. A sack back at the 36-yard line.
And that's just a situation where Valley View has Division I football player and Brookland doesn't. 3 guys tried to block Brian Huff on that play, and he outran all of them and was able to sack Elder. And now the Blazers have a chance for a quick change and seeing what they can do. And I know this offense is chomping at the bit to get back out there.
So Valley View will get the turnover on downs. They get it back at the 35 after the spot on their end of the field. Turley will send 2 receivers to the left and right. Feliz is running back on his left hip. Turley's out of the gun. He'll show it to Feliz, keeps it, throws it out left side for Gavin Tots. He's across the 40 and gets copped at about the 43 or the 44. Good open field tackle there by the Bearcats, by Caden Webb.
Yeah, Brookland just out of necessity. They got a lot of guys going both ways and some Ironman football there, and that makes it tough in this day and age to stay fresh.
2nd and 1 for Valley View from the 44. 3 receivers to the left. Turley keeps it, running right. He's across midfield into the secondary. Spins out of a tackle, still on his feet, and finally goes down inside the 30-yard line.
Turley on the carry.
Yeah, and as we've seen throughout the years, Carson Turley, he makes a mistake on the last drive. He could have handed that to Feliz for a good gain, but you can tell he's got a little bit of vinegar in him right now that he wants to get points quick.
First down for Valley View at the Brookland 28. 3 receivers to the left, inside a minute to play in the first period. Starks is off to the right. Give it to Feliz. Feliz runs across the middle, gets tripped up at about the 26-yard line. And if the Blazers hurry, they can get off one more snap probably before the quarter comes to a close.
2 on the play brings up 2nd.
I think they're going to try to.
Got 10 seconds left in the quarter. 2 receivers to the left. One of those is Zaki Irvin. Starks is off to the right. 3 seconds left. Turley gets the snap just in time. He'll hand it to Feliz, who spins out of a tackle, runs left. He's at the 20-yard line at the 15, barrels his way forward and knocked out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
On the carry.
Really good run there to finish out the first quarter for Feliz.
That's good for the Blazer.
So that'll move the chains for Valley View. It'll also end the quarter. With 1 in the books, Valley View leads Brookland 7-3 here at Central Dealership Stadium. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Keep Baird with Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
1 quarter down, 3 to play as we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset along with Coach Jason Smith. And pretty interesting and very competitive first quarter under the books now, Coach.
Yeah, Brookland comes across town and they don't really care that Valley View is ranked 3rd in the Hootens poll. They're going to come and they're going to bring their best game. They played very well against Nettleton a couple weeks ago. And, they're an improved football team, and you can tell that they have a little bit of toughness about them, and they want to win this football game, from a pride standpoint. But it's a tough squad.
Blazers going jumbo on first down from the 14 inside the Brookland red zone. Give it off to Zane Guthrie. Guthrie running right, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he got much more, Coach.
No, he got stood up right there. Really nice play by the Brookland defense.
No gain on the play.
It's a smaller looking defense than what we've seen so far this year, but they make up for their size with a lot of quickness.
So it's no gain, 2nd and 10 from the 14 for Valley View. They'll stay with the jumbo package. Guthrie remains the running back. Turley is under center. And he'll give it off to Stark. Stark's trying to get to the outside. Slips one tackle, but not the second. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and again, looks like no game.
Yeah, and you know, and I think Coach Cockrell mentioned it in y'all's interview. They're trying to figure out different ways to get T.J. Starks the football, and that's something I think we've seen one other time this year is that little end around, but Brookland just stayed.
They were ready for it.
Yeah, they were. They read it beautifully.
You could tell they had seen that before. They've watched some game film. Starks is split wide to the right on 3rd and 10 from the 14. 3 receivers to the left.
He's all by himself.
Feliz is the running back. Turley's going to keep it. Darts up across the 10 at the 5. Batters his way forward and down to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. And I believe he's got enough to move the chains.
Yep. Be a first down and goal.
1 yard line. That's good for another Blazer.
Turley is just so elusive and Houdini-like. I mean, running across the middle through all that traffic and still makes it hard for people to catch him.
Yes, he does.
First and goal from the 2. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Turley out of the gun. Feliz is running back. Turley's going to keep it and fights forward over the left side. We'll see what kind of spot they give him. Maybe it looks like they'll move it forward about a yard.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, and you know, Carson. One thing about him is he's just fearless. You know, he's a fearless competitor out there, and he is. He knows how to make guys miss. But this is the first time, maybe since that Harding Academy game, where he's ran the football as much as what we've seen so far.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Turley out of the gun. We've got whistles just as the ball is snapped and flags. That's going to be a false start against Valley View, so that's going to move it back to the 6-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal from there.
Yeah, and right now I think that they're just having a little bit of trouble. You know, with the play calls coming in, I think the band was actually playing.
The band's playing when they're not supposed to be.
Right, and you know, and they don't know. But I think Coach Cockrell and some of the staff told them to slow down.
Here's a give to Feliz. Feliz met at or near the line of scrimmage and blown up. And we'll see what kind of spot they get. He may have lost a yard.
Brings up 3rd down, goal.
Looks like no game.
Yeah, hey, this Brookland defense, you know, hats off to them because they got gashed on that first drive, but they're making it a lot tougher for the Blazers this go-around.
3rd and goal from the 6. 2 receivers wide, left and right. Turley looking to throw. Fires. That ball is caught.
Yep.
And it's a touchdown. Was that Gartman? Drew Gartman makes the diving catch in front of the pylon. And the Blazers are on the board off the 6-yard hookup from Turley to Gartman.
Yeah, really nice play. A little crossy. Brookland's going man coverage down here deep, and they ran a little crossing route on that far side over there, and Drew was just right at the paint, right in the corner, and strike there by Carson Turley for the touchdown.
2nd touchdown catch of the night for Drew Bob Gartman. Here's Brody Dix on for the extra point kick out of Caden Trevathan's hold. The ball is through the uprights, and it's good. 9:10 to play in the half. Valley View extends its lead to 14-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Trouble getting the trailer you need? Silverline Trailers, the largest trailer retailer in the USA, has the perfect solution for you. Guaranteed approval. No credit check required. Get the quality trailer you need at a price you can afford. With over 3,500 trailers available and more coming in daily, we'll find the perfect trailer for you. And at Silverline, we're always looking to hire good people. Visit our website, silverlinetrailer.com, for a location near you. You can stop by our Jonesboro location today at 3711 Stadium Boulevard or call 870-203-0000. Silverline Trailers, your trusted trailer retailer.
9 minutes, 10 seconds remaining first half. Valley View has its 2nd score of the night. The Blazers covering 65 yards in 10 plays unofficially. Capped off by Carson Turley's 6-yard pass to Drew Gartman. Brody Dix with the extra point kick. The Blazers lead it 14-3 now.
Yeah, good snap, good hold, good kick, and a little bit of separation. And so now the defense did have time to make some adjustments, so it'll be interesting to see as they come back out just what those adjustments were.
Caden Chambers is the deep man to return for Brookland, standing at about his own 10-yard line in the middle. I've also got return men back on each hash at about the 15 as Dix kicks it away for Valley View. This will be gathered in on the hash at about the 8-yard line, and the return is across the 25 up to about the 28-yard line for Brookland, and the Bearcats will set up camp from there.
Yeah, really impressed by the touchdown pass, but you know, Looked a little bit off track a little bit on the run game there by Valley View that last time out, and I think we're just maybe grasping at straws, but you want to see them a little bit smoother than that moving forward.
Brookland gets a favorable spot. They'll start from the 30, and this is a running play over the right side that the Blazers blow up near or behind the line of scrimmage, depending on the spot. Not much there. It's going to be a loss of a yard for the Bearcats. Back to the 29.
Malachi Stinnett on the carry.
When the Blazers had a passel of TFLs last week at Wynn, 12 in fact, 6 of those from Sarge Davis. Brookland will come with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 11. Elder back to throw, sets up, throwing the deep ball down the far sideline, and it is incomplete.
Yeah, it was caught, but he was over there in the blue and white instead of the green. Pretty good coverage there by Rylan Ramsey on that play.
Incomplete. Brings up.
So it brings up 3rd and 11 for the Bearcats with 8:28 to play in the first half. Valley View leading 14-3.
Yeah, and this feels like a dangerous time for the Bearcats because they go 3 and out so quickly here. This thing could get away from them.
They'll send 2 receivers, split to the left. Chambers and Spears. 1 receiver to the right. Elders back to throw. Wines, fires, catch made, close to a first down. They may have it after the catch by Connor Marshall.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Marshall here. Just, he knew where he had to get, and he did everything he possibly could to get there. They're going to be a yard short.
So this brings up an interesting dilemma here for the Brookland coaching staff, and it looks like they're going to, I assume this is the punt team coming onto the field.
Yeah, it appears that it is, but you never know. I mean, we've seen 2 onside kicks. Brookland going to pull out all the stops.
Felipe Lozano is the punter, and unless he quick kicks it, they're not really in a true punt formation. They do have a deep man back there.
They're in that jumbo.
They're going to run it, and I think the Blazers stopped it. Maybe on second effort they might have got it. It's going to be awful close.
Yeah,
I think they got it.
They got it. He was hit behind the line, but was able to fall forward.
First down, Brookland.
Yep. So the gamble pays off for Mark Hinesley and the Bearcats, and they've got a fresh set of downs now at the 40-yard line of Brookland. Actually, it's going to be at the 41 after the spot. 7:34 to play in the half. Valley View leads 14-3. Bearcats will send 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Elder out of the gun. Throws it out right side on a screen pass. They'll advance that up to about the 46-yard line.
Pass completed to Walker Spears.
Spears on the catch. And it brings up 2nd and 4 for Brookland.
Yeah, and I felt that if they wouldn't have got that first down, they're in a lot of trouble. But right now they got to feel, hey, we're right back in this thing.
Absolutely. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. As Elder looks to the sideline for instruction on 2nd and 4. H-back will drift in motion to the right. And they'll throw it out right side. Catch made on the sideline. I think they've got another first down inside Valley View territory at the 48.
They do, and I tell you, Hayden Elder, just that short to intermediate passing game, he's really, really accurate. He gets
and he's only a sophomore. Most of these guys on this Brookland team, they've only got 5 or 6 seniors, if I counted right, looking over the roster. This is a young team that could be really good next year.
Yeah, I agree.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. H-back drifts in motion to the left. They'll give it off to the running back, and he gets ankle tackled after a pickup of about a yard. Webb on the carry.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down, 9.
It's kind of interesting. Stinnett and Spratt, who we've heard a lot about as their primary offensive weapons, have been pretty quiet thus far tonight for the Bearcats.
Yeah, and it's almost like traditional wasn't going to work, so they came up with some ways right here to move the football. And so far, so good.
2nd and 9 for the Bearcats from the Blazer 46. 2 wides to the right, 1 to the left. Elder out of the gun again, throws it right side, catch is made, and they'll advance it inside the 40 to about the 39. It'll be 3rd and short for the Bearcats.
Yeah, they found a little bit of something there. It's Spears on one side and Marshall on the other, and they need 4 or 5 yards. They're kind of using that like their running game.
3rd and 2 for Brookland from the Blazer 39 on the right hash. A little over 5 minutes remaining in the half, and now we have a stop and play, a timeout
Timeout, Brookland.
Taken by the Bearcats. So we'll pause as well with 5:22 left in the half. Valley View leads at 14-3. We're back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
This is Bob Moore with Moore Air Conditioning. AC issues in the summer interrupt your life in more ways than one. We're here to help. When you need your air conditioning repaired, you need it fast. Get more assurance with the Moore same-day guarantee. We'll send a licensed, trained, and background check technician to your home the same day you call, or you don't pay a service fee. That's the Moore Assurance Guarantee, creating comfort one home at a time. 870-336-2023.
You deserve more. Don't settle for less.
5:22 remaining in the half. Valley View leading 14-3, but Brookland on the move. The Bearcats have a 3rd and 2 coming up from the Valley View 39-yard line on the right hash as the Bearcats approach the north end zone here at the Ships. And they will go with the power formation. Webb is in as the running back. He'll get the direct snap and met right at the line of scrimmage and shy of the first down. We'll see if they give him any positive gain. Looks like about a yard. That'll bring up 4th and 1 for the Bearcats, and you got to figure they're going to go for this.
Yeah, they will. Right there, they normally use Sarge, who is undersized, but they use him, there at the nose man. But what they're doing against this jumbo sets, they're using him on the edge, and he was able to use his quickness right there to get around and keep him at a yard gain.
So it's 4th and a short yard here for Brookland. Again, they stay with their power set. H-backs to the right. Webb is the running back, waiting for the direct snap. He gets it, has the middle, and he has the first down as he moves the pile forward to the 36-yard line. Bearcats earn a fresh set of downs.
Yes, they do. And a lot of times they don't get mentioned, and I have a soft spot for them. But Easton Cunningham and looks like Gunnar White, the two H-backs, kind of the ones who are spearheading that jumbo there. They're really giving the linebackers for Valley View all they want. They're meeting them early and getting a good push.
Ball will be at the 35-yard line on the right hash. First down for Brookland. One receiver, Marshall to left, 2 to the right, Elder back to throw. Looking down the right sideline, throwing the deep ball, and that'll be over the head of the intended target and incomplete.
Yeah, trying to catch Valley View sleeping there, but Rylan Ramsey again, just a sophomore, been really impressed by his improvement over the course of the season. It's a dangerous throw because you also had Cullen there over the top, just waiting.
Yeah, had double coverage back there, so it's 2nd and 10 for Brookland. Again, the ball on the Valley View 35-yard line at the right hash. They'll send 3 wides to the left this time, 1 to the right. Elder out of the gun with the running back on his left hip. He's going to throw it out right side. Catch is made inside the 30 to the 29 after the catch by Connor Marshall. It'll bring up 3rd and short for the Bearcats.
Brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. Seems to be a little outside of field goal range, so I figure it's 2 down territory. But again, when they need 4, 5, 6 yards, they throw a little out route over to the sideline.
3rd and about 3.5 needed here for Brookland. The ball will be at the Valley View 29-yard line on the right hash. Here come the Bearcats. Go back to the jumbo set. Webb again is the running back. He'll take the direct snap, runs left, and he's not going to have the first down. Looks like he might have got a yard.
Yeah, he was met pretty quick there.
Chet Bradshaw and goes in on the stop for Valley View.
Looked like Webb and Bradshaw there, and they did a good job shedding blocks.
Nick Gamble also providing run support. So it's basically no game. Sets up 4th and just shy of 4 yards here for Brookland. Ball remains at the 29-yard line with 2:53 left to play. In the first half, Valley View leads 14-3. Bearcats with 3 wides to the left, or to the right, 1 to the left. As they go back to the spreading the field. Elder looking to throw, throws it right side. It's tipped, caught, and it'll be another first down. As they caught that off a deflection, it looked like, and he'll move the chains for Brookland.
Yeah, I think you're right, and he threw that to the trip side, to the short side, and a lot of traffic there, but, sometimes it's better be lucky than good. First down, Bearcats.
They have the ball at the Valley View 23-yard line with 2.5 minutes left to work with. They trail 14-3. So the Bearcats send 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back is Stinnett. High snap. They give it off to Stinnett, and they keep it. Actually, the quarterback keeps it after he showed it to Stinnett, and Elder with a nice run across the middle inside the 20 and down to about the 18 of Valley View.
Yeah, made a perfect read there. Stinnett pays for that 5-yard gain.
Boy, he did.
Smoked in the backfield, but it's a perfect read there by Elder to get 5 yards.
So it's 2nd and 5 for Brookland from the Valley View 18, 1:43 left in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Elder, the Brookland quarterback, gives it off, and running back bounces off of one tackler, gets to the outside, picked up about a yard on the carry by Stinnett.
2 on the play, brings up.
I'll give him a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yep. Again, two down territory. Plenty of time left for the Bearcats. They would love nothing better to head into the locker room with a 14-10 score.
This will be the 16th play of the drive coming up unofficially.
So impressive.
Ball at the Valley View 16-yard line on 3rd and 3. 2 wides to the left, 1 off to the right. And the ball is fumbled. It's up for grabs. Ball is on the ground. The Blazers have it, I do believe.
Yep.
There's a fumble on the play.
Yeah, that thing was bouncing around there. And I think, they're going to call an unsportsmanlike right here. And I really don't think that was what he meant to do.
Noah Wendell with the fumble recovery for Valley View.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. And it's unfortunate that it's fortunate that he was able to recover the fumble, but I really think that Yeah, I disagree with that call by the White Hat.
So, what exactly happened? Because I apparently missed it. So the penalty is against Brookland, right?
No. The penalty is against the Blazers. And so the fumble was recovered. He gets up and starts. He's excited. Obviously, he starts running off the field, and he's got the ball in his hand. Well, right there beside the White Hat. I really believe he's just trying to hand the ball off or put the ball down. Well, it slips and it lands right by the line. So he got called for spiking the ball. And there's no way.
Yeah, I did not see that happen at all. I guess I had looked down to my roster. So the penalty after the change of possession will move it back to the, I think it's about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, yes, right at the 15, looks like.
Actually, I think it's on the 14. So
yeah.
Valley View will start from its own 14 with 58 seconds left in the half. Turley will send 2 receivers to the right. Got 1 off to the left. I believe that is Drew Bob Gartman. And we're waiting for the officials to get set now.
Yeah, poor Whitehead. He was all kinds of confused. He was on the wrong side of the play.
He was more confused than I was there a minute ago. Turley keeps it, spins out of a tackle, and gets 1, maybe 2 on it, depending on the spot.
On the keeper, gain of 2 on the play, brings up 2nd down, 8.
So they got 2. They'll spot it at the 16 with 44 seconds left in the half. Valley View leading 14-3. Got to figure the Blazers are going to keep this pretty conservative this deep on their end of the field.
I think so, but it wouldn't surprise me to see them break one here.
2 receivers to the left, Starks to the right. Give it off to Feliz, who powers his way forward for about 2.
Anthony Feliz on the carry.
19 seconds left, so Valley View's got time for one more snap if they opt to take it.
Down, 5.
It'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 19. And I don't think they're going to get in a hurry to snap the ball again unless they pull a fast one on us. I think they're just going to let the clock run down and go to the locker room with a 14-3 advantage at the half. That will be the case as the whistles sound to end the first half of play. And with 2 quarters in the books, Valley View leads 14-3 against Brookland. We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. We are back with our Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Your truck. And Plaza Tire Service is here to help you make it even better with custom wheels, leveling kits, and the area's best selection of light truck tires, ATs, mud tires, and RTs up to 35s and bigger. Plaza Tire Service has the tires you want in stock today, and we'll help you select a great combination that gets your truck exactly the way you want it. In Jonesboro and South Caraway, and now at our newest location on East Johnson Avenue. The biggest selection, the best service, and the lowest prices on light truck tires are at Plaza Tire Service.
Evolve Bank and Trust is is now bringing full-service banking to Jonesboro. To celebrate, we're offering you $200 extra. Just open a new checking account with Evolve. Have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more within 90 days. Then we'll deposit $200 extra into your account. It's just that easy. Open a new Evolve checking account and receive an extra $200 in your account, plus free checks for a year. Restrictions apply. Visit getevolved.com/special promotion for more details, or come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A. Or call us at 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make and every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year of free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle? Get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
We're back at Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset along with Coach Jason Smith in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. Get better with Baptist. It is halftime here in Valley View, and the Blazers enjoying a 14-3 halftime lead after 2 quarters of play, and very competitive first half of football, Coach. Maybe a little bit more than some of us possibly anticipated.
Yeah, that's why you play the game, but, I'm really impressed by the Brookland offense, just nickel and diming, a 15-play scoring drive, and then, gosh, I guess it was about a 17-play drive that wound up with that fumble there late. But yeah, I mean, they're doing exactly what they want to do. I know they would have liked to have had a score there, but they do get the ball first to start the second half, so this thing isn't over.
Recapping the scoring from the first half, Valley View got on the board early in this one, less than 2 minutes into the ballgame. The Blazers covered 53 yards in 4 plays, capped off by Carson Turley's 33-yard pass to Drew Gartman. Brody Dix with the extra point kick to put Valley View up 7-0 at that point. Brookland would get on the board with 2:27 to play on the ensuing possession. The Bearcats put together a 15-play, 55-yard scoring drive that was capped off by Dot Aloa's 21-yard field goal. That pulled the Bearcats within 4, made it 7-3. Valley View would respond, answering at the 9:10 mark of the second period as Turley and Gartman hooked up for the second time on a scoring strike. This one was a 6-yard pass. Brody Dix again knocking in the extra point kick. That drive covered 65 yards in 10 plays for the Blazers, and they lead it 14-3. And as Jason mentioned, Brookland had a long drive, about a 16 or 17 play drive going before they fumbled inside the Blazer red zone. Noah Wendell jumped on the loose ball, and the Blazers were able to keep Brookland out of the end zone to preserve their 14-3 lead here at the break. We're going to step aside for a 2-minute timeout. We've got Slade Caldwell in the press box with us. We'll talk to the outstanding Blazer dual sport athlete when we come back in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
At First Security, we've been investing in our home state since 1932, growing deep roots and even deeper relationships. We're part of Arkansas. It's part of us. Today, First Security puts all of that history and stability to good use for you, pouring our resources into the people and places we love best. Arkansas communities, Arkansas families, and Arkansas futures. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
We are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations, and our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment to DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Demo's Smokehouse
Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding. They come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner. With GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Tucker's Appliance.
We welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Meyer is under the headset here at halftime with Valley View leading Brookland 14-3 at the half as we continue along with our Kavanaugh Auto Group halftime report presented by the Kavanaugh Auto Group. Check out Kavanaugh's entire selection of new and pre-owned inventory at KavanaughCars.com and tune in later tonight to the Ticket Radio Network for the Friday Night Lights Scoreboard Show presented by Kavanaugh Auto Group. Will Oswalt will have a full recap of everything going on across the natural state, including Northeast Arkansas. So be sure and check him out for that tonight after the game for scores across the state and the region. We're joined right now by Slade Caldwell, who about a month and a half ago thought he was going to be out on the field at halftime of this game, or certainly with his teammates anyway. But unfortunately, an unfortunate preseason baseball injury took him out of action for the season as Slade broke his ankle. First of all, Slade, let me ask you, how's the recovery process going? Looks like you're getting around pretty good.
Yes, sir. I'm walking now on my second PTE today and just getting my strength back. It's coming back.
Pull that microphone just a little bit closer. Right, there you go. That's much better. Thank you.
I'm a little rusty right now.
That's all right. Nope, that's no problem. So anyway, you were saying that the recovery process maybe is a little bit ahead of schedule, possibly?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't think I was going to be able to walk as good as I am right now, but coming back a lot faster than I thought.
So I guess the big question is, are you going to be able to suit up in time for baseball?
I will be. I should be 100% early December, and I'm going to play in a couple events before the season to get started, and then I should be ready to go by season.
I know it had to be just a gut-wrenching injury to happen because I know how much baseball is your future. There's no question about that, but I also know how much you love playing football and being a part of this team.
Yes, sir, for sure. I love coming out here on these Friday nights and just being out here in front of this crowd, and I know the crowd misses me and I miss them as much.
Well, and I know that, you like I said, you can't get on the field because of the injury, but you're down here on the sideline every Friday night, and you're as much a part of this team as you can possibly be without being an active player.
Yes, sir. I try to encourage the offense, the defense, just try to be that leader role and encouragement and everything.
Are you a bit of a coach on the sideline too, perhaps?
I do.
Especially mentoring these young running backs like Anthony Feliz, for example?
Yes, sir. Anthony is one of my guys. I love Anthony. I always try to support him and Zane Guthrie and just keep the positive edge on them.
And those two guys have done a pretty good job in terms of just being a 1-2 punch. I mean, Zane's got his strengths as a straight-ahead runner, and Anthony's more of a guy who's kind of a shifty runner and a speed guy, but they've turned into a pretty effective combination for this team.
For sure. Zane, I love watching Zane just go in there and be a dog and hit anybody, and I love watching Anthony just run around people and not get hit and just end up in the end zone.
So I know since you're expected to be able to be back at 100% in time for baseball, you got to be obviously pretty excited about that because I know the ingredients are there for Josh Allison's team and program to make another great run.
Yes, sir. I'm super excited for this team and all the guys coming back. It should be fun. It should be really fun.
You guys pretty hungry, I would assume, after getting so close to winning another state title these last couple of years, but coming up just a hair too short. I know you got to be really hungry.
Yes, we are tired of losing, and we only have one goal on our mind, and it's that goal.
And what's it like to be part of a team and a program that has so much college talent, especially Division I talent? I mean, I think there are 6 or 8 guys that are going to potentially play Division I baseball off of this team?
Yes, sir. I've just been blessed to come out here and be with these guys, and we're so competitive, and we make each other so much better.
What do you attribute that success to for this program?
Who do I contribute it to?
What do you attribute it to? Or who? Either however you'd like to answer it.
Definitely just this school, because I know in the past we had a couple good baseball teams, and just coming out here and doing it again and showing that the Blazers can come out here and play baseball.
So let's talk a little bit about your future. I mean, I know you were having such a great summer, and you were, of course, I think you were in Arizona with Team USA, right?
I was in California for the Team USA. I was in Arizona for Perfect Game.
Okay. So obviously you were, competing over the summer on a national scale, and you were doing very well. Your stock was starting to rise. There were some people that were projecting you as a, possible top 20 MLB draft pick. Has the injury changed your status any in that regard, or is it too early to say right now?
It's too early to say right now, but if anything, it makes it better because the scouts want to see me come back from this, and it can show that I can get through those, early stages of pro ball and stuff like that.
So I know you've committed to Ole Miss. What's your preference? I mean, I assume it's probably to take the money and go MLB if that option is there.
I value Ole Miss just as much as the MLB draft. So, the number has to be pretty far up there for me to go to the draft because as much as I value Ole Miss and their coaching staff and just the program that they have over there and the school.
It's nice to have those kind of options, isn't it?
Sometimes.
Well, Slade, we appreciate the visit. One other quick question. I mean, what are your thoughts on how this football season has transpired? Like I said, I know you're frustrated that you can't be an active part of it, but you got to be very excited for the high level this team seems to be playing at right now. And as we head into the final stretch of these final 3 games of the season after tonight, what are your thoughts on how this team's going to finish?
I have pretty high hopes. We have a couple guys battling injury and stuff like that, but this team's so hungry. I mean, the passion that they have for everything is just outstanding, and the sky's the limit.
Slade, we appreciate the visit. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you on the diamond this spring.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Slade Campbell's been our guest. Valley View leads it here at the break. It's 14-3. We'll be back in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
Hello, I'm estate planning and other law attorney Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Oldham Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Join the Squirrel Squad and join the fun. Teach your children the importance of savings by opening a youth savings account at First Community Bank. There's no minimum to open an account and no monthly service fee. Interest is paid quarterly at the current youth savings rate. Members will receive a membership kit when they sign up. Each member that saves over $100 will receive a free Squirrel Squad t-shirt. First Community Bank, where community comes first. Member FDIC. Checking accounts without activity may be charged dormant account fees. Rates subject to change.
Central Toyota has your vehicle and your back. And call Central Toyota today to schedule your service appointment. Don't put off tomorrow what can be done today. Central Toyota Service Department is even open on Saturdays. Whether you need an oil change, a tire rotation, wheel alignment, brake service, battery inspection, or engine repair, you can count on the service team at Central Toyota. Next time your vehicle needs maintenance, remember Central Toyota. Schedule your service needs today on Stadium in Jonesboro and online at centraltoyota.com.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 G Street in Jonesboro, 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
You're listening to Valley View Blazers on FM News Talk 102.1 and KBTM AM 1230 Jonesboro.
We are back at Central Dealership Stadium as our Kavanaugh Auto Report halftime continues. At the break, Valley View up 14-3 over Brookland in this 5A East battle. 3 other games going on across the conference tonight. A big one across town at Raider Field as Nettleton taking on Valley View's opponent next week, Southside. It's homecoming at Nettleton, and that is a big game. Coach, you have any scores on that one yet?
Yeah, it's it shows second quarter still, but it's Nettleton 10, Southside 0, which is very good for the Raiders. A little surprising.
Yep, I agree. Also in conference tonight, Forest City is at Paragould. You got a score on that one too, I think, right?
Yeah, that one, and good for the Rams, but they're up 28-0 at half on on Forest City. And, we've seen both of them, but Forest City's numbers down. But, Paragould's gone through so much in recent years. It's really good to see them get a convincing win because they've been so close this year several times.
And when is it Batesville? Anything on that one yet?
Yeah, and that one I think is probably a really early score, but it shows that Wynn's up 3-0 on Batesville.
All right. Elsewhere outside the conference tonight, Jonesboro is at North Little Rock in 7A Central play. In the 4A3, Westside at home tonight against Harrisburg. One of those two schools will get their first win of the season this evening. Truman is at Pocahontas, also in the 4A3. In the 6A East, Greene County Tech is at Searcy this evening. Marion is across town at West Memphis for a big rivalry game. Another big rivalry game in the 4A3 is Blauville makes the short trek to Gosnell this evening. Rivercrest is at Highland tonight. Cave City is at home against Stuttgart this evening. In 3A football, Hoxie making the trek to Piggott this evening. Manila is at Palestine Wheatley. East Poinsett County is at home against Earl. Mark Tree is at McCrory. Cross County is at Mariana. Rector in 8-man football is at home tonight against Augusta. Also in 8-man, it's Corning playing host to Rosebud this evening. Now, the pairings were announced a couple of weeks ago for the playoffs about the 5A East will be matched up against the Central. Mm-hmm. Going into tonight's games, the top 4 teams in the Central would be Robinson, which is currently alone at first place with a 4-0 conference mark. The Senators are 5-1 overall. They are at BB tonight, so they're probably going to win there. And then you got a 3-way tie in that second place spot as Mills, Pine Bluff, and Morrilton all have 4-1 records. And then Whitehall is currently on the outside looking in, but still mathematically not eliminated as they are 2-2. The standings in the East, again, going into tonight's games, got a 3-way tie at the top between Valley View, Nettleton, and Southside. All 3 of those teams unbeaten at 3-0. Batesville would be the 4th place team if the season ended tonight, going into tonight's games, as the Pioneers are, despite a sub-500 overall mark, the Pioneers are 2-1 in conference play. Wynn is in the 5 spot at 1-2, and then it's a 3-way tie for the 6, 7, and 8 spots. Brookland, Forest City, and Paragould are all 0-3. Again, those are their records going into tonight's game. So pretty interesting scenario there shaping up in the Central with you got 4, if not 5, really good football teams, and at least one's going to be left out in the cold.
Yeah, and the Central's, traditionally a good football league. Last Friday night, they as Mills defeated Pine Bluff, right after that game was over, there was an unfortunate situation where several kids got into a brawl, and there were 35 kids suspended in that football game. In a situation like that, as we could feel the residuals of that could be that if one or both of those teams, I think maybe both of them are off this week, or one of them's playing tonight, but I'm not sure which.
I think Mills is off this evening.
Yeah, and so Mills will have, I think, 12 players suspended next Friday night, but Pine Bluff will have, the 27, whatever it is, suspended, or 23 tonight. And so let's say that team gets beat by somebody, or Mills next week gets beat by somebody, and they fall to 4th in those standings. Well, then when they come up here to, let's say, hopefully Blazer Field, they come up here full strength, and no judgment, no criticism, but just the facts is that that's the second time that Mills has gotten into an altercation during a football game this year, and you're seeing that more and more statewide, and I don't know what the answer is, but it could really affect standings to where you may have the best team of a league, kind of like that situation in a different way of Morrilton a few years back with the hot quarterback.
Exactly what I was thinking of.
And he comes back at the end, and they don't look like a 4 seed. Mm-hmm. And, and so you hope that that's not the situation. But the Central is loaded. They're really good. But, I think the East is pretty darn good at the top too.
Yeah, and one of those, you mentioned there were a total of 35 players suspended from those two teams in that game. One of those even a future Razorback, a kid that had committed to Arkansas. So there are some major players, some very talented players who are going to have to miss the next games for their respective teams.
And it was just an ugly scene. It was just an ugly scene where, people start spilling out of the crowd, and that's what, nationwide, that's you see more and more of it. And I don't know if it's for clicks because everybody's got their camera out. So something like that happens,
sure.
But just unfortunate, and I don't know. I guess we as coaches got to do a better job of keeping everybody separated as soon as the horn sounds.
Yeah, it's getting to be a dicey situation, and it just, as you mentioned, it just kind of unfortunately seems to be gradually taking a turn for the worse. We've got time for one more timeout. I believe they're going to put some more time on the halftime clock, so we'll step aside here let's make this a 90-second timeout, and then we'll reevaluate and see where we are after this. Valley View leads Brookland at the half, 14-3 on the EAB Sports Network.
Season, it's always a great time to go to Wings to Go. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's anything, the wings, the salads, the hamburgers, everything they have at Wings to Go is always flavorful and it's always ready. All that has to happen is you come down and enjoy them.
Happy winging from Wings to Go.
Have you been struggling to find the right in-home care for your loved one? Well, look no further than Cornerstone.
Scotty, go ahead and
Caregiving
extend this to a full 2 minutes, please. Go ahead and extend it to a full 2 minute
your loved
break.
one. They want to know what cereal they prefer, what music they listen to, what makes them feel most like themselves. They're proud to offer a thoughtful arrangement of services that promise compassionate care for you or your loved one. For more information, visit cornerstonecaregiving.com/Jonesboro. Cornerstone Caregiving, where compassionate care meets you right where you are.
Build an exciting career that you can be proud of at Atlas Tube. The steel products we make can be found everywhere. Work in a technologically advanced, safe environment. Team up with the best and brightest people in the industry. Learn on the job and through our continuing education programs. And best of all, get rewarded for being a great teammate. At Atlas Tube, the sky's the limit. We're now hiring electricians, PLC specialists, millwrights, and more. See the full list of openings and learn more by visiting atlastube.com/team. That's ATLASTUBE.com/team.
Continue your post-win celebration in a space you can be proud of with Barton's and Home Outlet. Locally owned and operated in Jonesboro, Arkansas since 1885, we're not just a building materials store, we're a part of your hometown spirit. Our teams are your neighbors, cheering next to you in the stands and supporting you in our stores. From accurate and timely kitchen, bath, floor, and door estimates to final product selection, we'll make your dream space a reality. Visit our teams at Barton's and Home Outlet for your home remodel today.
We are back at Central Dealership Stadium. Randy Myers under the headset. Got an update on the Jonesboro North Little Rock score. Hurricane taking care of business tonight. They lead North Little Rock 24-0 at the break. So looks like Jonesboro's kind of born again as of late here after winning last week.
Yeah, and really impressed with Coach George and the job that they've done over there. I think that it's a situation where if they win tonight, they should be in the driver's seat of that 4 seed. I think the top 3 are probably a little bit above the rest of the league. But Jonesboro, for the team they had coming back with a new coach, based on the situation where they had a coach and then didn't have a coach, and they hired Coach George, I think that if they can get in as the 4, I think they host a playoff game, and that's a pretty good year for the Hurricane.
Here on the southwest end of town, it's Valley View leading Brookland 14-3 as we get set to begin the second half here momentarily. Valley View is going to get the ball to start the second half. Or no, they're not. Brookland's going to get the ball to start.
Yeah, Brookland won the toss and deferred.
So Brody Dix is set to kick it off for Valley View, and Valley View with a 14-3 lead after putting together a 53 and 62 scoring drives, one for 53 yards, the other for 65. 53-yard drive came on their first possession, and the 65-yard drive came early in the second period. Both teams turned it over once in the first half. Valley View threw an interception, and Brookland fumbled deep inside Valley View territory on their last drive.
Yeah, the time of possession definitely favors the Bearcats, and that's exactly what they wanted to happen. For Valley View, they'd love nothing more than to get them off the field quick and quick strike, and then that puts that slow down type game in jeopardy.
Brookland's got their deep man back at about the 5-yard line. He'll grab it off the bounce. It gets away from him. He'll pick it up at the 4 off the bounce, trying to get to the outside. Finds a bit of a hole to jump through and advances it up to about the 12-yard line. And a dangerous return there by Caden Chambers as he almost let that one get away from him in the shadow of the end zone.
Yeah, and then once he got a hold of it, then he thought, oh goodness. But he was able to make a little bit of positive yards out of that mistake.
Yeah, he actually ended up getting better field position than I thought he was going to have. They'll spot the ball at the, looks like about the 13-yard line. And here come the Bearcats. 2 receivers split to the near side, 1 off to the right as they move from right to left toward the north end zone. This is a handoff, and was able to slip the first tackle, but he didn't gain any forward progress after that, and the Blazers meet him in the backfield and drop him for a loss on the carry by Caden Webb.
Yeah, really good play there by Nick Gamble, and what you saw there from Sarge was that he missed that first tackle, but he kept after the play. He stayed in the play, and he was able to clean it up. And one thing that I've noticed is that now the Blazers are going for a lot tighter coverage on the edge, so that short pass is not going to be there.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12 from the 11. Elders back to throw a pump fake, fires to the sideline. And is that going to be ruled a catch?
Looks like
I think it is.
Did he drop a flag over there? What do we got?
I'm not sure.
Pass completed to Connor.
It's a complete pass.
Ball's placed at the 20-yard line, brings up 3rd down, 3.
So the ball out the 20-yard line. Brookland will face 3rd and about 4.
I'm not sure what the...
he was looking at something on the ground, the official was, but I'm not sure
what. I wonder if it's a piece of equipment or something, maybe. I don't know. But nonetheless, they did complete a short pass to put them in 3rd manageable.
Ball's at the 19-yard line as they'll go with a power set. They've got Webb back as the Wildcat quarterback, set to take the direct snap. We've got whistles and flags just as he gets the snap, and that'll blow things to a halt. This will probably be coming back against the offense on a false start.
Yeah,
actually, it's a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, they almost. I think they may have gone no call there. They tried to draw the Blazers off, and the Blazers they had a little jump, but not enough to get into the neutral zone, and so now it puts them third and right at 9, I guess, but a lot tougher sledding.
3rd and 9 from the 14. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now the running back will motion out to the near side. They'll throw it out right side on a short screen pass. He's able to slip the first tackle and dives forward close to 1st down yardage. I think he's going to be just a little bit shy after a nice play by Connor Marshall.
I tell you that.
The kid's a ball player.
He is a football player, and they're going to give him a 1st down. The side judge over on the Brookland side, and it's that way at every field in America, but you tend to get a little better spot by the guy that's right there by the head coach.
Well, that's exactly where they threw it to, and they've got a 1st down at the 25, or the 24 rather. 3 wides to the near side, 1 to the right. Elder again back to throw, sets up, looking over the middle. That ball is incomplete. Intended target
pass intended for Caden Webb
was Webb.
Incomplete, brings up 2nd down, 10.
Yeah, pretty unique. A good pass tree there. It's just. It looks like that right now with the young sophomore quarterback, he's a lot more comfortable throwing to his right than he is getting it across his body to his left.
Rolling right, looking right, fires downfield. And that one's incomplete.
Yeah,
the receiver tried to short off that one, and it'll bring up 3rd and long for Brookland. 10:29 to play in the 3rd period. Valley View leading 14-3. Bearcats facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Bearcats will send 3 wides to the left. No one out to the right flank yet, unless they motion someone late. Elder out of the gun, running back on his hip. He drops straight back, looking to throw. Fires across the middle. That ball is picked off. I believe that was Laird Cullen.
Yep.
He grabbed it, just basically playing center fielder, and Valley View is going to get the ball back at near midfield.
Yeah, the same formation that they ran 2 plays ago, and Laird Cullen did a really nice job there just reading that, and he was just waiting on that football, and and another turnover collected by the defense, and
their second of the night.
Yeah, and just getting better and better.
So Valley View will get it back at the Bearcat 48-yard line as Carson Turley sends 3 receivers to the right. Drew Gartman goes wide left. Feliz is the running back on Turley's right hip out of the shotgun backfield. He's back to throw, looking left side for Gartman. He gets under it, he hang on to it, no, couldn't quite rein it in.
Yeah,
great effort.
It was, and I noticed and almost said something, but they're playing pretty tight over there. And if you've got single one-on-one with Drew Gartman and any cornerback really in this league, then you're going to try to take advantage of it. But he had to lay out for that one, and unfortunately just wasn't quite able to bring it in.
So it's 2nd and 10 for Valley View from the Bearcat 48. 10:15 to play in the period. Blazers up 14-3. 2 wides to each side. Give to Feliz. Feliz across the middle gets a couple, and that'll be all.
Yeah, Brookland run defense is pretty good. They're, teeth of that defense, there's not a lot to get for a running back. The success our running backs had have been more on the edge, but 3rd and long here for the Blazers, and they're running a little tight formation here.
3rd and 8 from the Bearcat 46. Turley out of the gun. Bring Feliz in motion near side. Flip it to Starks on the end around, and Starks dives forward to the 41. He'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, and look for him to go here.
Down at the 41-yard line brings up 4th down.
4th and about 2.5 needed here from the 41. Going no huddle, 2 receivers wide to each side, out of tempo. Turley will look to the sideline. Feliz is his running back. Now he'll slide under center, steps back into the shotgun. Might have changed the play. And he's going to throw it right side for Starks. Starks has the first down inside the 35, tackled at the 34.
Yeah, first catch for TJ tonight, but he knew where he had to get. Sure-handed receiver, made a nice play. They've done a really good job on our receivers of not letting not only yak yardage tonight.
First down from the 34-yard line for Valley View. 2 receivers left and right. Turley shows it to Feliz. Now slides left, breaks to the outside. He's across the 30 and caught at about the 26-yard line over on the far sideline.
Yeah, good run there by Carson. Just a traditional option set. He wanted to cut it up, but they closed that up pretty quickly. He was able to bounce outside and get positive yardage.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 1.
2nd down 2.
From the 26. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Feliz motions right. Turley shows it to him. He'll find some room across the middle. He has the first down as he advances it down to about the 16-yard line.
Yeah, and you're seeing Carson Turley again. Just the veteran leadership. I think he audibled out of something, saw something he liked, and was able to get a first down.
So it's first down for Valley View from the Bearcats 16, 8:08 to play in the 3rd. 2 receivers to the right. Gartman goes wide to left. Throw it out right side for Irvin, I believe, and Irvin gets caught at about the 14-yard line, so a short gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, a good pitch and catch, but again, it's Brookland secondary. These
they're doing a good job of keeping the Valley View receivers in front of them.
They are. They really are.
Ball will be at the 14-yard line at 2nd and 8 off the right hash. Blazers trying to get their 3rd score of the night. They lead 14-3. Irvin and Starks are wide to the right. Drew Bob Gartman to the left. Turley looking for Gartman, throws it across the middle. Gartman dives. Did he make the catch?
He caught that football. Wow.
It'll be 1st and goal from the 1 after a diving catch by Drew Gartman.
Yeah, so he probably the easier catch earlier. He couldn't quite pull in, but that one right there just shows. That's why he's a shortstop. He looked like Carlos Correa or somebody in the hole there, just laying out and making a stab at it.
1st and goal from the 1. Turley out of the gun, gives it to Feliz. Feliz is into the painted turf for the score. From 1 yard out, Anthony Feliz puts Valley View on the board for the 3rd time tonight. So this score coming at the 7:12 mark of the 3rd period. Off the 1 yard run from Anthony Feliz, here's Brody Dix to attempt the extra point kick out of the hold of sophomore quarterback Caden Trevathan. Talon Caldwell will provide the deep snap. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. 7:12 to play, third quarter. Valley View extends the lead to 21-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Against Sports wants to pay you money. Now that I have your attention, Play It Again Sports in Jonesboro wants to buy your used sports equipment. You heard me right. If you have something that's either outgrown or no longer being used, bring it to Play It Again Sports now. They're looking for youth and adult baseball and softball equipment, golf, weights and workout equipment, disc golf, you name it, Play It Again Sports can turn it into cash for you. Go by Play It Again Sports at the corner of Highland and Caraway in Jonesboro.
7 minutes, 12 seconds left to play third quarter. Valley View extends its lead to 21-3 after the Blazers covered 48 yards in 9 plays unofficially, capped off by Anthony Feliza's 1-yard run as Brody Dix is set to kick it away once again for the Blazers.
Yeah, really good drive there for the Blazers to get some separation, because Brookland would, the way they're playing this football game, would love to just grind it out, short 5-6 yard passes, tough runs, but now you find yourself down 3 scores and you really can't do that.
Chambers is the deep man for the Bearcats. He'll be fielded by an up back at the 19-yard line. Some room across the middle, and they tackle Felipe Lozano up near the 30-yard line.
Return.
Yeah, I did get a message a while ago. So actually, number 14, who's been so good tonight for the Bearcats, he goes by Webb-E. So
okay.
it's not just Webb-E, but regardless of how you pronounce it, he's a heck of a football player.
Yes, he is. No question. So Brookland will start here from their own 30. With 7:03 to play in the third, Valley View leading 21-3. Bearcats have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Elder will bring 1 receiver in motion to the near side. Hand it off to the running back. He's finds some room across the middle as he slips a tackle and finally gets caught at about the 42-yard line.
Caden Webb.
Nice carry there by Caden Webb.
Yeah, really good carry there. We do have a Blazer down.
Robinson on the stop. Ball's placed at the
But it was just a beautifully well-designed play there by Brookland, in that the area that was vacated by Brian Huff as he went on a rush, on a blitz there, that's exactly where they ran, and that's one of the ways that you do attack when you have such a special player on the other side. You can run right at them a lot of times, and that works, and that's exactly what Brookland did right there.
So who is hurt? Can you tell?
I believe that may be Sarge. As I'm looking out here at the rest of the guys, and I don't know if he got cut. I don't. Who knows what happened? But
he's down back right at the line where the original line of scrimmage was, or previous line of scrimmage. So. Timeout for the injury. We'll take a break as well. 6:54 to play in the third period. Valley View leading Brookland 21-3. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Sends a referral for your specialty services. You have a choice. The decision of where you receive care is yours. You can choose the only facility in Eastern Arkansas to receive an A rating in patient safety by Leapfrog, delivering world-class care and an unmatched safety protocol. You have a choice in your health care provider. Choose NEA Baptist, where safety isn't a goal. It's a promise.
So Jamarian Davis, a.k.a. Sarge, is the injured Blazer. He's being helped back to the sideline. Looks like he's not putting any pressure on either one of his legs.
No,
it's either a leg or an ankle injury.
I think it's that left leg, and I don't know if it's an ankle. You hope that's what it is. You hope it's not a knee.
Back in action, Brookland running the football up to about the 45-yard line. So a pickup of about a yard there for the Bearcats. And, you especially hate to see that happen to Sarge after him having probably the best game of his career last week at Wynn.
Yeah, undoubtedly. And a lot of times And, he's been an unsung kid. He's played quite a bit for 3 years here for the Blazers. But, just kind of it seems like he's just now getting comfortable. Hope it's nothing serious.
Elder throws it out near side for Chambers. He's out of bounds inside the 50 at about the 49-yard line.
Run out of bounds at the Valley.
Yeah, and credit to the Bearcats because Valley View's changed their coverage up. They're playing more press coverage now, but that's not affecting this route running. They're still able to gain 5-6 yards whenever they want to on the edge.
3rd and 3 from the Blazer 49. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One man will motion to the right. And Elder throws it out right side. That ball is incomplete. Almost
that's intercepted, yeah.
That is a Valley View interception. Who came up with that? Could you tell?
Could not. Just got to be careful where you lay it.
Ramsey just got his 4th pick of the year.
Well, it's a good thing he didn't lay the ball down in front of the Whitehead. He might have got 15 yards. But
Blazers get their 3rd turnover of the night. This one, the first interception is Ramsey comes up with the theft, and Valley View will get it back at the 45-yard line.
I think Ryland's got a chance to be a really, really special football player.
He's only a sophomore, man.
Just a sophomore, a ball hawk, and, just seems to be gaining more confidence over there at that corner spot.
Couldn't agree with you more. Here come the Blazers. First down from their own 45. Late pitch out to Felice. Felice has open field. He's across the 50. He's at the 40. Flag goes down. He's at the 30-yard line and finally tripped up there. And we'll see if this will come back or not. But a nice run by Anthony Felice.
We had a receiver that held downfield. But I'll tell you what I saw Avery Wood absolutely pancake a defender on that play back at the line of scrimmage. And it is so good to see Avery Wood back 100%.
So the flag.
And we got another one.
Well, I think Sean Cockrell's just been hit with an unsportsmanlike or a personal foul. And so probably going to have double penalty step-offs here.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, Valley View.
Yeah, and so you had I don't know, it seems like the official may have a little rabbit ears right here because I could have saw maybe a little block in the back. Could have been a hold, but I think Sean kind of felt the same way. It wasn't flagrant. It wasn't just kind of football. But now we're back 30 yards after what was a really, really nice run.
Ball will be spotted at the 33 after the double step off on the penalties, and it's first and about 20 plus here, about 22 probably for Valley View. Blazers need to get to the Brookland 45-yard line for the first down. 3 receivers to the left, Starks to the right. Turley's back to throw. Looking across the middle for Starks. He juggles it. Oh, it's picked off. Off the deflection. The tackle immediately made by Zaki Irvin, but Brookland's going to get the ball right back.
And that's, TJ just trying to make a play, and he nearly did, but that last batted up in the air, Brookland safety was able to just come over there and snatch it, and Carson has his uncharacteristically a second pick of the game.
3rd of the season. That pick was made by Dot Aloha for Brookland. Bearcats will get it back at their own 44. 1 receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Elder, the quarterback, in the gun. Hands it off to the running back. And tough sledding across the middle. Gets about a yard. That'll be it.
Yeah, really good job there by the Blazer linebackers.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down 9.
Webby on the carry. Got 1. Brings up 2nd and 9 for the Bearcats with 5:35 to play in the 3rd. Blazers lead it.
Officials timeout.
21-3. We have an officials timeout on the field. We'll just hold it here for now. Bearcats making a late substitution, sending big Kalen Lopez, 6'4", 285-pounder into the game. It's 2nd and 9 for Brookland. Again, they'll have it at their own 46-yard line on the left hash as they move from right to left. Got twin receivers to the left. 1 single receiver goes lonesome right. 1 receiver will motion from left to right. And Elder throws it out right side. The ball is high and incomplete. Intended target was Spears. That was the motion man on the play, but the ball was out of his reach.
Down and 8.
Yeah, right there, and Spears has done that a couple times, and it's just Elder just sails it just a little bit, but just so impressed by the young man's toughness tonight. He's going to be a really good football player here, and Brookland's got to be proud to have a sophomore able to compete at this level.
3rd and 8 for Brookland from their own 46. 5:07 remaining third period. Valley View up 21-3. Here come the Bearcats hurrying to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Elder looking to throw. Here comes pressure. He gets a block, fires it right side. Ball is incomplete.
Yeah, got a flag.
Yep, there's a late flag there.
I've thrown 2 of them now.
Flag on the play.
And, it probably was. On that one there, it was probably pass interference. I think we probably got there just a hair early, but, it's, just judgment call. And I guess when 2 officials feel it, we got a PI, then it probably was.
That is indeed the call. So Blazers once again on the back pedal. It'll move the ball forward to the Blazer 39 and set up Brookland with a first down from there. Ball will be on the right hash. 5 minutes remaining in the period. Valley View up 21-3. Trip set receivers to the left, 1 off to the right. Running back will motion out to the flank, and they'll throw incomplete. Looking for the running back, but that's beyond the reach of Carter, and it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for Brookland.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird developing play there. You know what you're looking for. You got the trip receivers over here. Their job is to block, but you got to hit that running back really in stride, or the play just takes too long to develop.
So it's 2nd and 10 for Brookland from the Valley View 39 with 4:54 remaining in the period. Here come the Cats to the line of scrimmage. Going jumbo this time. Webby in as the Wildcat back to take the direct snap. He'll try the right side. Not much there.
No.
Looks like no gain. Maybe a yard on forward progress, possibly.
Yeah, I think they're going to move him up about 1.5 yards there. But, Coach Wilbanks, as he always seems to do, there in the second half, he's made it to where whatever was working best for the Bearcats in the first half just doesn't work this half.
Got a generous spot. We'll call it a 2-yard gain as Peyton Thomason checks in as the defensive end for Valley View. Peyton's a 6'7" 200-pound junior. And Brookland facing 3rd and 8 here from the Valley View 38-yard line. Or 37, rather. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Ball is on the ground. Elder gets it back, rolling. Here comes pressure. Huff gets blocked out, and the fire complete. Was he inbounds when he made the catch?
No, he was over in the white. Yeah.
Spears was the intended target, but he was too deep on the sideline for that catch to count. It'll go as an incomplete pass, and Brookland now facing 4th and 8 from the Blazer 37. 4:04 remaining, third period. This third period's moved at a much slower clip than those first 2 quarters, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, and it's a little more sloppy. Valley View's, too many penalties. You got to clean that up. Well, more equipment on the ground, I guess.
Yeah. Bearcats will send 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Elder in the gun. And he's back to throw. Quickly throws it out right side behind the intended target. Yeah, that was.
There's a flag on the play.
There's another flag. That couldn't have been a catchable ball, I wouldn't think.
No, what they're going to call, they're going to haul a late hit. And it just.
So a roughing the passer call against Valley View. And boy, this has been a penalty-aided drive for Brookland.
Yeah, that was a gift. Because I don't feel that there was any intent there. I don't feel that he was pushed to the ground. You probably got to ease up a little quicker, but yeah, it's going to be, it's going to stay Brookland ball. But yeah, like you said, penalty-aided drive for sure.
It's going to move the ball forward to the Blazer 22-yard line, so the Bearcats are just outside of the red zone. They've got a first down from there. 3:57 remaining third period. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Elder keeps it, and he is sacked. He gets buried back at the 27-yard line.
Yeah. That situation made a beautiful read earlier in the game. That time he probably should have went ahead and give it to the running back, because I believe that the running back would have had a one-on-one over here on the left. But good job by the Blazer defense. They needed to make a stop, and they did.
So it's a loss of about 4. It sets up 2nd and 14 back at the 26 after the spot. 2 receivers left and right for Brookland. Elder out of the gun. Ball on the right hash. Given off to the running back. Finds a bit of a crease to jump through and advances it back to about the 23-yard line.
Gabe Carter on the carry.
On the carry by Carter.
Yeah, and as Brookland's shown us all night, it's 4-down territory here, so they didn't have to get a big chunk back right there. They probably would have liked to get a couple more yards, but this is 2-down territory. It looks like they're going to go big.
3rd and 11 from the Blazer 23. They'll send 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Elder in the gun, running back on his right hip. He'll keep it on a naked bootleg, rolling near side, fires downfield. It's incomplete. The intended target there appeared to be Chambers, but ran it in. It'll bring up 4th and long for Brookland.
Yeah, and I think he heard Jay Taylor's footsteps right there, because that was catchable football, but not an easy catch, but I think that he knew that there was pressure coming right up his back.
2.5 minutes left in the period, 2:31 to be exact. Bearcats facing 4th and 11 from the Valley View 23, so a big play coming up here. Trip receivers to the left, 1 off to the right. Running back will motion left. Quarterback throws it right side. Pass is complete, but it's no gain. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage, and Valley View will get the takeover on downs.
Yeah, I want to say that's not exactly what they had in mind when they snapped the football, but Blazer defense, they did a really good job after all the penalties, able to get the football back for the offense.
Rose to the occasion, got the stop, and now Valley View will get the ball back at its own 23. Here late in the 3rd period, 2:24 left in the frame. Blazers leading 21-3. Turley will send 3 receivers to the right. Drew Gartman goes wide left. Turley looking, now he'll tuck and run, spins out of a tackle, still on his feet, breaks to the outside. Now he's got the far sideline, and he's finally run out of bounds. Let's see what I say. He stepped out somewhere up around between the 40 and 45, I believe.
Yeah,
and they'll spot him out at the 42.
And I'll tell you what, Drew Gartman just laid the best block of his football career. I believe that was, I'll tell you what, that was Drew over there. Just sprung him on a beautiful block there on the edge.
There's a flag on the play.
And this may be coming back. Apparently there's more laundry on the field. Let's see what we've got here.
Yeah, it looks like I don't know. They're writing down a number, though, so that
may be a possible ejection. It's going to go against Valley View. And still not sure what the penalty was for. Ball's going to be moved back to the 27-yard line.
You know what? I think I was bragging on Drew for that block, and I think they saw it otherwise. I think they saw it as a crackback and called a penalty on him. But he never give us the signal.
No, we never got an indication on what the penalty was for.
No.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1st and 20 for Valley View. Turley keeps it, runs across the right, falls forward to about the 34-yard line.
Carson Turley on the keeper, gain of 6 on the play.
Picked up about 6 yards.
Down 4.
It'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the View with 1:55 to play in the 3rd period. Blazers leading 21-3 here in this 5A East battle.
And I'll tell you what, I know it's 21-3, but the
feels closer than that, doesn't it?
It really does. And 5A East isn't supposed to be easy, but Brookland is really playing Valley View tough tonight.
2 receivers left and right. Ball is on the ground. Turley, I believe, gets it back and dives forward.
Carson Turley on the keeper.
A yard or 2.
Down at the 30.
Not sure if there's snap there or what.
Yeah, that was a weird play. I don't know. Maybe there was a little bit of contact or something, because that ball didn't make it through clear.
3rd and 1 from the 36 for Valley View. 2 receivers to each side. Turley gives it to Feliz. Feliz on second effort has the first down as he slips out of the tackle and surges forward to the 40-yard line. Move the chains for Valley View.
Yeah, really good tough run there. And with the assist from Daniel Cole, not from the front, not from the block, but just from kind of picking him up and pulling him on through.
Do what you got to do, right?
That's right.
Ball will be at the 40-yard line. Fresh set of downs from there for the View. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Give it to Feliz, running right. He's across the 40, dances to the 45, and gets tripped up there.
Anthony Feliz on the carry.
It would appear that, as the PA guy at Wynn continued to call him all night last week, Anthony Felix. Second and 5 for the Blazers from the 45 off the right hash. 2 receivers left and right. Got some movement up front, but no flag.
Oh, you know Sean's hot right now.
Yeah, and with good reason, I'm thinking.
Yep.
Turley takes the snap, looking for some room, gets to the outside. He's across midfield. Good block, and has a nice run inside the 40 down to about the 36. Scanning the field for flags. I don't see any this time.
No, another good run by Carson there. And really good block on the edge there by T.J. Starks. T.J. hadn't had a lot of offensive stat numbers tonight, but he's done a really good job blocking.
Ball will be at the 37-yard line. We haven't seen Andrew Jones out there yet tonight, have we?
No, and I was checking earlier. I don't know if
he was supposed to play as of this morning. He was going to dress out, and they were going to try to work him in a little bit, but I haven't seen him yet.
I have not seen number 9 out there either. But I was going to tell you earlier. We got a little bit of time here. Hopefully it's just precautionary, but they did have Jamarion's knee wrapped in ice, and they have taken his shoulder pads off. So
he's done for the night, obviously.
He's done for the night, and you just hope that maybe it's just a bruise or a sprain or something like that. But gosh dang, you just hate to see any kid, but especially a senior, with that ice on their knee.
So we've got 3 quarters in the books. We're going to go ahead and hold it here. As we get set to start the 4th period, Valley View will have a first down at the Brookland 37-yard line on the right hash. Turley and Feliz in the backfield. Turley out of the shotgun with Feliz on his right hip. 2 receivers split wide right, no one to the left. Now Tice will motion right. He'll get it on the jet sweep. He's got the far sideline, breaks out of a tackle and gets down to about the 20-yard line.
Really good tough run there by Gavin Tice. Put his shoulder down and just gives us another weapon. He's as fast as lightning and he's low to the ground, but short-handed receiver and just a really good play there by Gavin Tice.
Spotted at the 21. 1 receiver, Gartman to the left, 2 off to the right. Throwing for Gartman, that's deflected and incomplete. Boy, that was a dangerous pass there after it got deflected because that ball was up for grabs.
Yeah, and when you look in the yearbook at Brookland and says football player Brookland, and you're going to look at Webby because, goodness gracious, both sides of the ball, and he's the one who got that deflection. So many of these kids playing both ways and just really impressed by their toughness all night long.
11:39 to play in the game. Valley View up 21-3. Gartman is split wide left. 2 receivers to the right. Actually, strip sets to the right. And Turley slips the tackle in the backfield. Now he breaks free. He's across the 20 at the 15. He's at the 10, now at the 5, and powers his way into the end zone for the score. A 21-yard gutsy run by Carson Turley.
Yeah, Carson probably just put this baby to bed, but I tell you what sprung that one was Feliz. Goodness gracious, just a really nice chip block there on a linebacker that sprung him, but Carson hadn't had his best game through the air tonight, but with his legs and just being tough, just one of his better games that we've seen this year.
Brody Dix is on to attempt his 4th extra point kick of the evening out of the hold of Caden Trevathan and the deep snap of Talon Caldwell. Here's the snap, the place, the kick. It's in the air, and it is right down the middle as Brody Dix remains perfect on the evening. 11:28 to play in the game. Blazers extend their lead to 28-3. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Orthopedics and Sports Medicine has been taking care of our local athletes for over 40 years. And now they have 2 locations with JOSM on Main and the all-new JOSM on Matthews. Inside St. Bernard's Health and Wellness Center with non-operative providers Dr. J.T. Fisher and the newest addition to the staff, Dr. Morgan Benefield. Call 932-1820. Find them on Facebook and at JonesboroOrtho.com. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
It is 28-3 as we welcome you back to Central Dealership Stadium. The Blazers covering 67 yards in 7 plays unofficially, capped off by a gutsy 21-yard run by Carson Turley. Brody Dix hit his 4th extra point kick of the night, and the Blazers now have their largest lead of the evening at 28-3.
We didn't get to talk earlier, I don't think about, we're wearing the powder blues tonight, and then obviously in October you start seeing a lot of pink, but, Brody, he's styling and profiling.
He's got the hot pink on. He's so easy to spot on the field. As soon as I saw him, I thought, well, there's no question about, when he's on the field.
Yeah, he's kind of got that, I don't know if he's an 80s wrestler or he's Olivia Newton-John. But
kickoff taken at the 8-yard line by Brookland, and the return man goes down at about the 28-yard line after a return there by, I believe that was Webby.
Yeah, it was. No, it's Carter.
Laird Cullen on the stop.
Laird Cullen making the tackle. The Bearcats will start from their own 28.
Line, first down, Brookland.
Ball will be on the right hash. Blazers up 28-3, 11:21 left in the game. Bearcats send 2 receivers left and right. Empty backfield for Hayden Elder. Snaps his hands, throws it out right side. Ball is caught, and receiver was Walker Spears. And boy, he paid the price.
He sure did.
Major lick on the sideline there.
Yeah, Huff brought the wood on that one, but I think that right there's part of Ryland's growth. I think he kind of whiffed on that a little bit, but you got to figure that the Bearcats from this point forward, they got to put the ball in the air and try to move it pretty quick.
2nd and 1 from the 37. 2 receivers to each side. Elder looking, flush, rolls right, fires downfield, catch made. That's a first down after the catch by Walker Spears.
Yeah,
correction, Connor Marshall on the catch.
Yeah, Marshall, Spears. These kids, they do a really good job of getting open. They just keep moving their feet, keep finding soft spots, and just very impressive that they're able to continue to catch short to intermediate passing plays.
They'll have a fresh set of downs at their own 44 on the left hash with just over 11 minutes to play in the game. Sending 2 receivers again wide to each side. It's an empty backfield for Hayden Elder. Now some linemen will shift. Elder takes the snap. He's going to run with it. He's going to be caught and dropped for about a 1-yard line. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll all depend on the spot, but no more than that.
No. And Jay Taylor shot that gap right there, and he was able to make that play.
Snow gain sets up 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats. Again, 2 wides left and right. Elder empty in the backfield. Or alone in an empty backfield, I should say. Here's the snap. Throw it out right side. And the receiver slips a tackle and advances it up to the 49-yard line after the catch by Carter.
On the reception.
Yeah, good play there by Cade Carter. So, he got the football and he should have been dead to rights. He stuck his foot in the ground, made a nice move there, and gained 5 yards.
3rd and 5 for Brookland from their own 49-yard line. Ball right between the hashes in the middle of the field. 2 receivers left and right. Again, Elder alone in the backfield. Throwing it out the left side. Catch made. They've got the first down. Now the ball comes loose. Valley View may have it back. Looks like it. Ball was caught and then fumbled by Walker Spears, and the Blazers have their 4th turnover of the night.
Yeah, 4th turnover.
Covered by Jade Taylor.
And there's that man again. Jay Taylor just seems to be at the right place at the right time when it comes to block punts and takeaways.
No doubt. That's about his 4th turnover of the year, I believe. Valley View will get it back at their own 47-yard line.
if you're offensive coordinator Marty Riley and head coach Sean Cockrell, right here, you really just want to grind one out if you can and just milk this thing. Yeah.
2 receivers left and right. Turley gives it off.
And I say that.
Got it to the outside. Ball is fired downfield, and it's incomplete. Drew Gartman was the intended target.
Yeah. Gartman falls incomplete.
Boy, he saw that fake so well.
He did. And
he certainly had me fooled.
Yeah, and that's what I know about football right there is that you'd think that they'd want to ground it out, and I still think they do, but I figured that they thought that they had one shot at that.
Maybe the knockout punch they were going for.
Yeah, but this Brookland secondary, goodness gracious, they're good.
Yeah, they are. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. That's Gartman on the near side. And Feliz gets the carry. He gets caught after a pickup of 1 yard maybe.
Yeah.
On the carry.
That's kind of interesting tonight. We haven't seen Jumbo other than that one possession there early in the first half. But if you look around, Valley View's got quite a few guys kind of dinged up in this game.
Yeah.
You're got some guys getting stretched out, and so it's if they can get the running game going out of this set, then that more the better.
3rd and 10 from the 47. Turley throws it out near side for Gartman. Gartman unable to hang on to it. The ball is on the ground. We'll see if that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass, I think.
Yeah,
it is.
Gartman is incomplete.
So Valley View probably going to have to punt here for the first time tonight.
It looks that way. And that the ball was where you wanted. It seemed like it took just a little bit too long to get out there, and Drew wasn't able to hang on to it.
So Turley in punt formation, standing at his own 39. Feliz on his left hip. And he quick kicks it. Nobody back to return for Brookland. And
it's a race.
Will make it to the end zone. So that will be a fortunate break for Brookland. And they'll get the ball at the 20-yard line.
Ball in place at the 20-yard line. First down, Brookland.
So Brookland's still got a little bit of time here. Clock's against them. That's their enemy. But they still have right at 9 minutes. They're going to have to get a quick score here. And then, and what's been so dangerous that they do so well that has cost us a couple times, those onside kicks. But if you can keep them from scoring, they can't use that weapon.
Bearcats have it at their own 20. Ball between the hashes with 2 receivers wide left and right. And again, Hayden Elder is alone in the backfield. O-line will make a late shift before the snap. Elder throws it out right side, and a catch and short gain for Marshall. Will pick up about 2 yards probably.
Yeah, and that's what I'm really enjoying watching in the growth of Ramsey is that, just talked about the drive before that he kind of whipped on one. They ran the exact same play, and he broke down, and he held him up, and then the Mizzou Tiger came over and cleaned it up.
So it's a 3-yard gain. Sets up 2nd and 7 for the Bearcats. With 8:24 remaining in the game, Valley View leading 28-3. 3 receivers to the left, no one to the right. Got one guy in the backfield now with Elder. Running back on his right hip. And he's back to throw. Here comes all kinds of pressure. Firing downfield. That ball's almost picked but dropped by Laird Cull. He almost had a second pick of the night.
He did. And I think as well as does he thought, you're not fixing to throw this. I'm right here. You're not going to throw it this way. And he's like, oh, you are going to. And
just, a point there.
Just settled on him just a little bit.
So it's 3rd and 7 for Brookland from the 24-yard line with 8:05 to play in the game. 3 receivers to the left, none to the right. Running back is on Elder's left hip. He's back to throw, gets the pass blocked, fires on the far sideline. That ball is incomplete. And it's 4th down now for Brookland.
Now I think Kenny right there, Kenny got his fingers on it, kind of just disrupted the flight just a little bit to where they couldn't make that reception, but pretty well thrown ball that just nearly was over the top of the shorter cornerback to a taller receiver.
So 4th and 7. Got to figure the Bearcats are going to be set on go here. They do have the ball at the 24-yard line, so this is a precarious situation to be in if you're the Brookland coach.
Yeah, and they're gonna talk about it, and they're probably dig deep in their playbook here.
So a timeout on the field taken by the Bearcats with 7:56 left. Valley View leads 28-3 We'll be back here in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Greenway proudly supports the DIYer in you. Whether you're a mover, a shaker, a groundbreaker, a risk taker, a challenge embracer, or a landscape visionary, whatever the task, we've got a John Deere tractor that can help move your project forward. You've got work to do, so let's get started. Reserve yours today in store or at gogreenway.com.
You're listening to the Valley View Blazers on FM News Talk 102.1 and KBTM AM 1230 Jonesboro.
We're back at Central Dealership Stadium. We've got 7 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the game. Valley View leads it 28-3, and Brookland facing a 4th and 7 from their own 24-yard line. They've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Empty backfield for Hayden Elder. He's rolling right on play action. Fires downfield. The ball is deflected and incomplete.
Yeah,
good play. 3 Blazers there in coverage. Not sure who got their hand on the ball.
Yeah, Rylan Ramsey got his hand on it, but I think that Nick Gamble, if he would have just had his head turned a little bit, he would have got him an interception. Right here, the Blazers, I'm not going to say they're not going to throw the football, but you'd like to believe that they'd love to ground this on into the end zone, and that would basically put it away.
Well, they'll get the turnover on downs and take over at the Brookland 24-yard line with 7:49 remaining. They will send 2 wides to the left. Starks goes lonesome right. Give it off to Feliz. Feliz breaks to the outside. He's across the 20. He's at the 10 and inside the 10 before he's tripped up at the 8-yard line.
Really nice run there by Anthony. Last week I was watching y'all's broadcast, and I guess it's some of his family members. They kept saying Arriba Anthony or Arriba Feliz, and that was definitely one of those situations.
No doubt about that. Ball will be at the 8. It's 1st and goal from there for the View. 7:42 left.
Another thing I get a kick out of is when Carson hands the ball off to Anthony, you look, he puts that offhand into his back like he's pushing him on forward just about every time.
Gartman is split wide left, 2 receivers to the right, and
sideline warning, Brookland.
Sideline warning assessed to the Bearcats. So we got that tomfoolery out of the way, and we're set to resume football here, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of posturing going on tonight, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
I don't think I have to elaborate much further to figure out who's doing the posturing. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The give to Feliz. Feliz powers his way into the end zone, untouched for the score.
Touchdown!
Really tough run there by Feliz.
A 7-yard run from Feliz with 7:30 to play. As the Blazers take advantage of the short field after the turnover on downs, and Brody Dix on to attempt PAT kick number 5. Caden Trevathan with the hold. Here's the snap, kick, up, and it is good. So with 7.5 minutes left in the game, Valley View extends its lead to 35-3. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about how Pico Foods buys direct to support local producers. In Arkansas and Missouri, call David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Andrew Parker or John Taylor Hickman at 601-670-9383.
Anthony Feliz scoring his 2nd touchdown of the night. This one on a 7-yard run with 7.5 minutes left in the game. The drive covered 24 yards in only 2 plays. Valley View leads at 35-3 here with 7.5 minutes left as we await the Brody Dix kickoff.
Did get a score from across town. I believe that Southside Batesville is up on the Raiders 28-17 with about 5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Looks to be a good finish over there.
No doubt. Dix with it teed up at the 40 for the View. This ball will be fielded by an up back, and he immediately takes, or his knee touches as he fields the ball, so he'll be down right there, and Brookland will take over at about the 26 or the 27-yard line on their end of the field.
Yeah, and we're in a spot here to where Elder just got to let it fly. The Blazer secondary knows that, so they're just going to be sitting back, and waiting, just keeping everything in front of them.
How did they spot that ball at the 30s?
They missed it by 5 yards.
Yeah.
This crew here.
2 wides to the right, 1 to the left. And it's a double handoff. Webby ends up with it and gets about 2 yards. We'll see where they spot it. It should be at the 32.
Caden Webb on the carry.
Yeah, and it looks like, I said they let it fly. The game is it's over with. So they may just look at, hey, let's just work at getting better.
Yeah.
The score's not going to indicate really how competitive this football game was.
I agree. 2 receivers to the right for Brookland. Here's Elder straight back to throw. Here comes pressure. He fires downfield. That one's up for grabs, and was it picked off? It was. 3rd interception of the night, and Laird Cullen gets his 2nd pick of the night.
Yep, just sitting back waiting, and it's their 5th turnover, I believe. It's just, I think that the defense has played really, really well tonight against a tough opponent who kind of brought some stuff that we hadn't seen.
This was a good test.
Yeah, it really was, and it's just going to be a lot of good film for the Blazers. And I'm impressed by the fight in this Bearcat bunch.
This is going to be a good football team next year, I think, because they're awful young. Not many seniors at all on this team, and most of their playmakers seem to be underclassmen.
Yep.
Who's going to take snaps here for Valley View? Looks like, is that Caden Trevathan in at quarterback? Or is that Gartman?
It may be Gartman.
I think it is Drew Bob. Handoff. Not much there. Looks like it's probably going to be a loss of about a yard.
You know who that is? That's Madden Tatum back there.
It is Madden.
Well, yeah. Or is it 16 or 12? I'm getting old.
No gain on the
16.
That's Tatum.
Yeah, so Tatum.
So no game, as the sophomore Madden Tatum is now taking the snaps for the Valley View offense. 2nd and 10 from the 45. 6:28 left in the game. Valley View leading 35-3. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Running play with Zane Guthrie. Ball comes loose. I think Valley View got back on it at the 48-yard line.
Yep. Yeah, it's just and Zane didn't want that to happen, obviously, and neither does Coach. But it was a perfect helmet. Just hit that football right there, and one of the linemen was fortunately able to land on it.
That was big Daniel Cole stretching out that 6'6" frame to secure that loose ball. 2 receivers left and right. Tatum out of the gun. We've got some movement up front, and that's going to be a false start, I believe.
Yeah, one of our outside guys jumped just a little bit.
False start, Valley View.
So that'll move it back 5 yards to the 43-yard line, and now it's 3rd and 13.
At the 43-yard line, 3rd down, 12.
3rd and 12, rather. Inside 6 minutes to play. Valley View leading 35-3. 2 receivers to the right and left. Madden Tatum is the quarterback for Valley View. Ball is on the ground. He'll have to scramble for it. Gets away from him. Brooklands picks it up. Well, they had it. Now it's loose again, and Valley View's going to recover it back at about the 19-yard line.
Fumble recovered.
Yeah, just a tough snap. Got a bunch of young guys in there right now. Tough snap. And then it was a free-for-all there for a while. About 5 different guys had their hand on that football.
I thought that was it. Looked for a moment like it was going to be a scoop and score opportunity for the Bearcats.
I think that's what that kid thought too. He just wasn't able to secure it.
So the ball will be placed at the 20, and Valley View in punt formation. Is that Turley back to punt?
Is that Trevathan?
Ryan Mitchell, I believe. He's the backup.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So Ryan Mitchell is on to punt. He'll be standing at his own 10. Gets a nice kick away.
Yeah.
It'll be fielded off the bounce and roll at about the 33-yard line, and the return man goes down after gaining about 5 yards on the return. Chambers on the return for Brookland.
Punt return. The ball's placed at
as they get it back with 4:36 left.
36-yard line, 1st down, Brookland.
They'll start at the 36 on the right hash.
still got most of our secondary, in the game, the first secondary. Some changes up front, it looks like, as well. I figure you slowly start seeing more and more guys enter.
Ryder Rutledge is into the game. Up front on the line. Brookland with 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Give it off to the running back, and he is going to be met at the line of scrimmage and thrown back. Sinquan Spratt was the ball carrier.
No gain on the play.
That'll be no gain.
Yeah, this Blazer defense has done a really good job on Spratt. I tell you, though, I think that his main job is on the defensive side of the football, it seems like, at least this week. But the Blazer run defense against the traditional set has been really, really good tonight.
2nd and 10 for Brookland from the 36. Two receivers left, 1 to the right. Elders back to throw. Coming pressure from the backside is incomplete. Spratt was the intended target, I believe, and unable to rein it in. Will bring up 3rd and long for the Bearcats.
3rd down.
3:55 left in the game. Valley View will improve to 6-1 with a victory. They'll move to 4-0 in conference play.
Looks to be setting up a big Friday night Friday night.
A big showdown at Southside next week. Trip sets to the left. 1 receiver goes lonesome right for Brookland. Elders empty in the backfield. Rolling left. Here comes all kinds of pressure, and he'll eat the ball and go down back at the 24-yard line. He just fell to the ground. He knew there was no point in trying to get away from that rush.
Yeah, and then who made that sack over there? Who's 30?
On the stop.
Beck Black among those in the area.
And I think Beck, after he made the sack, he understood what Elder was trying to do, so he almost felt bad and he started to help him up. So.
That's good sportsmanship.
Yeah,
Nothing
absolutely.
wrong with that. So it'll be 4th and 20 plus here for Brookland from the 24-yard line, and they're going to punt with Lozano standing at his own 10. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to have to eat it, and he'll be tackled at about the 17-yard line as the protection just broke down. He had nothing he could do, but
he didn't. And I tell you, if he wouldn't have ran that ball, then Jay Taylor is going to have another punt block because he was right there. He was right there waiting on it.
So Valley View will get it back at the 16-yard line, and looks like Caden Trevathan will run the offense for this set for the Blazers.
Yeah, that's one thing. I mean,
Andrew Jones going wide right. Got 1 receiver to the left. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Trevathan gives it off to Guthrie. Guthrie crosses the 15 and gets it to about the 14.
Guthrie on the carry. Gain of 1 on the play.
Yeah, you are seeing Andrew get some of these reps here with this, with this second bunch, and I know they probably wanted to get him back in, but just let him dress and get some game time experience.
A few reps
because you're going to need him. You'll need him moving forward in this conference race.
Starting next week.
Yes.
2nd and 9 for Valley View. Guthrie gets the carry, runs behind the right side of the offensive line. He's inside the 5, bulls his way forward.
He's going to be short, but what a run by Zion Guthrie.
I thought he was in there, but no arms were raised, so it'll be
on the carry, right down at the
somewhere down around the 1-yard line.
Yep. Blazer.
2:20 left in the game. Ball will be spotted at the 1. 1st and goal from there for the View. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left. Trevathan takes the snap, gives it to Guthrie. Touchdown, Valley View.
Touchdown, Valley View.
Guthrie with a 1-yard dive for his first score of the night. And that will turn the turbo clock on for the final 2 minutes, inside 2 minutes.
Yeah, and we'll see if the Ultimate Warrior out there in the pink and baby blue can stay perfect. Hope I don't jinx him.
Brody Dix on for another extra point kick for the Blazers with a minute 39 left. Kick is up and it is good.
Extra point is good. He scores.
So it's now 42-3. Valley View with the lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Go outside and play with Jonesboro Cycle and ATV. Jonesboro Cycle is your go-to for all your power sports needs, whether it be off-road, on-road, or on the wall. Check out their inventory of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, motorcycles, dirt bikes, cruisers, go-karts, scooters, personal watercrafts, boats, and even boat motors. Jonesboro Cycle is a 185,000 square foot motorsports mecca featuring all the name brands under one roof. Jonesboro Cycle and ATV on U.S. Highway 63 North in Bono and JonesboroCycle.com.
Well, it took a little longer to get to that point, but for the fourth straight week, the Blazers have turbo-clocked another conference opponent.
Yeah, and again, I think that this Brookland football team is a lot better than what this final score will indicate. They came in and competed tonight, played with a lot of toughness and effort, just so many weapons, and Valley View can beat you in so many different ways. All three phases of the game, again, this week clicking.
Brody Dix ready to kick it off once again for Valley View. Brookland's deep return man will stand between the hashes at the 10-yard line. I believe that's Walker Spears who is the deep man. Dix will drive it into the end zone for the touchback. There will be no return. Brookland will get the ball at the 20-yard line.
Rolls into the end zone for a touchback. First down, Brookland.
So the Bearcats will get it back with $1:39 left in the game. Valley View leading 42-3. And unless Brookland scores again in these final 1 minute and 39 seconds, this will be the third straight game in which the Bearcats have scored only one touchdown against the Blazer defense.
Yeah, and you know, ever since that COVID year, that weird 12-7 victory, it's been all Blazers.
It's a handoff to Spratt, I believe, over the right side. He'll dive forward for about a yard. And bring up second and 9 for the Bearcats.
2 on the play brings up second down, 8.
But look out for this Brookland team moving forward.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm telling you, that they're going to be a team to be reckoned with next year, I think.
They really are. And
they should be.
And, you know, and I don't know what their junior high looks like, but Brookland's such a growing community that, you know, I mean, you got these guys, and this is a great foundation to build on.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, inside a minute to play in the game. Brookland with a football. Elder gives it off to Spratt. Spratt dances across the 25, spins out of a tackle to about the 28-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd and short. Brookland's probably got time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps if they hurry. But most likely this will be the last snap of the game coming up.
Yeah, it looks like it, even if I guess they'll have to snap it one more time, but they're not in any hurry here.
Yeah.
And both teams, tremendous respect for each other. And these crosstown games, you know, it's a rivalry, but, you know, a lot of these kids, they do stuff together all the time on the weekends.
2 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Elder, again, gives it off to Sinquan Spratt. Spratt gets the first down across the 30, but unless they call a timeout, that was the last snap of the game. Valley View will win it 42-3 as the Blazers move to 4-0 in the 5A East and 6-1 overall and win their 3rd straight against the Bearcats. Again, 42-3 the final. We'll pause for a 2-minute timeout and back with our Lexicon postgame show after this on the EAB Sports Network.
Dodge Farming and Lawn Gear? Visit First Choice Farm and Lawn, your Kubota dealer in Brookland. We get your need for reliable equipment. That's why we offer precision Kubota machinery for any task. From seasoned farmers to green-thumbed homeowners, we are working to keep you working. Find your Kubota match at First Choice Farm and Lawn on Highway 49 in Brookland. Achieve your goals faster with our Kubota inventory and top-notch service. Call 870-790-2301 or drop by today. Your trusted Kubota dealer, First Choice Farm and Lawn.
Hey there, Northeast Arkansas. This is John Moore of Arkansas Superstore on Highway 49 in Brookland. Here to tell you that we're flipping the script on car buying. Don't stand for bait and switch tactics. That's holding. We believe in transparency and trust. You deserve the car you want with a payment much lower than your rent. Arkansas Superstore is here to make sense of it all for you. Come over and find your dream ride. You're approved. When the banks say no, I say yes. Visit us today at 11580 Highway 49 North in Brookland or online at arkansassuperstore.com.
You raised your family here, did every July 4th here,
Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here. Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
Quarterback, guard, running back. Every position has a role in building success. If you want a position where you can build success in your own career, Lexicon is hiring welders, millwrights, and many more positions. We offer free on-the-job training through our own Lexicon University so you can learn while you earn and build the career you want. Competitive pay, a great health care plan, paid vacation, a sweet 401k plan, and more. Find out more at lexicon-inc.com/football.
We are back at Central Dealership Stadium on the heels of a 42-3 Valley View victory over Brookland. It's time for our Lexicon postgame report. Lexicon can help you reach your goals and success. Go to lexicon-inc.com/football to learn more. 42-3 your final. Once again, Coach, much like last week, it was a relatively close game at halftime. The Blazers were up 14-3, but were strong in the second half, scoring 4 times in the third and fourth periods to put this game away. And in the final minutes, it goes turbo clock.
Yeah, and you know what I'm noticing with this year's team is that they don't have to go as deep into the playbook as what they have in a couple years past. So they're able to save some stuff. So, you know, starting next week, I mean, every game is huge. But I thought tonight was a very businessman-like effort, much like last week. And, you know, hopefully none of the injuries were serious. But, you know, a pretty good football game, you know, for the second week in October for this group of Blazers.
Again, 42-3 your final score. Let's recap scoring from the first half, and then we'll tell you who our JOSM player of the game was. It was, as we mentioned, 14-3 at halftime. Valley View extended the lead to 21-3 at the 7:12 mark of the third period on a 1-yard run by Anthony Feliz, as he was getting the first of 2 touchdowns for that young man on the night. The drive covered 48 yards in 9 plays, capped off by Brody Dix's extra point kick, put the Blazers up 21-3. Valley View would score again with 11:28 to play in the fourth period on a 21-yard run by Carson Turley. Brody Dix with the extra point kick after a 7-play, 67-yard Blazer scoring drive. That made it 28-3. The Blazers would score again with 7:30 to play in the fourth on a 7-yard run by Anthony Feliz.
Heading into the summertime, Anthony was thought to be, you know, a reserve running back, but boy, he stepped in that starting role and he's excelling.
So again, 42-3 the final, and Anthony Feliz, our JOSM player of the game, brought to you by Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, getting you back in the game for more than 40 years. That's going to wrap it up from Central Dealership Stadium as Valley View gets the victory 42-3. We will be on the road for a big showdown at Southside next week, hoping Blazer Nation will turn out in large numbers over in Batesville to support this football team, because that is a whale of a game coming up next week, Coach.
Yep, it really is, and I don't know the final from across town over at Nettleton tonight, but either way, the game is huge, especially for Valley View as they look to be the 1 seed and to win this conference championship.
42-3 your final. Again, our studio engineer and producer this evening has been Scotty Woodson. For Jason Smith, I'm Randy Myers. Thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.